All right, welcome to tonight's Smokehouse podcast. I believe this is number 4. And nope, you don't have to adjust your screens. You're not seeing triple. We have the infamous tripods from Louisville, Kentucky. We got Trey, we got Tim, and we got Todd. And then also we got the Mr. Entrepreneur on Everything Touches Turns to Gold, Kenny Schell, owner of Louisville Asylum and many other businesses in the Louisville and Indiana area. How's everybody tonight?
Doing pretty good.
Good.
Nice. All right, welcome to my show. This is the Smokehouse, because this is the Smokehouse. Tonight I'm wearing the special Asylum tank top I received from Mr. Kenny Schell a couple of years ago when we practiced down at Louisville.
Too big.
Yeah, it's a little big. It's 3X, but you know, I fill it up pretty good.
Everything he has is extra small.
Yeah.
Well, the sizes, we never got them because the sizes all ran too small.
Yeah, I know.
Which one is it?
Us bigger people, the double X.
I think it's the HK Army one. I believe.
He's like a fucking ghost. Just here.
Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why probably Kenny was like, "Yeah, you guys can have these." I think Jonathan's got like an extra small one, but.
I think the one I had was the Toro 1.
If you go back to podcast number 1, Jonathan said that there was those 3 kids that looked the same at the field.
Yeah.
We're not kids. We're like 6 years older than he is. I don't know what the fuck you were talking about.
Yeah, I took offense to that. No, motherfucker, we're older than you.
Yeah, because probably when we started playing there, he was probably 18. 19?
They weren't old enough to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah. I think we started playing together when they were 17, I think. 16 or 17, somewhere around there.
Old he is. He just goes in stages. It's like when he was young, we thought he was going to be a rocket scientist, and then when we saw him again, he looked like
I know,
now,
right? Yeah, he was always the straight one, and Anthony was kind of the wild one. And all of a sudden, you can see that Jonathan's just start doing it laying down, and all of a sudden,
Anthony never changed.
Yeah. Now Anthony's the straight and narrow one.
Now he has.
Yeah.
You haven't been to a paintball tournament unless Anthony calls motherfucker referee.
Or me holding him off from a ref.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk to Mr. Kenny Schell first, since you are the leader of the pack, I would say, down there in Louisville. How'd you get started in paintball, Kenny?
Oh shit. We're allowed to press on here? I guess it was in 95. Typically, like any of us would. We found it accidentally, but back then when you said paintball, you was confused for maybe saying ping pong or something else. But I mean, that's the root of it, I guess. But then we played for fun. We're in a place that wasn't the internet then, back then, or researching. You kind of just have a big beat and find that mysterious fight club for paintball.
Yeah.
I still remember my first tournament. I remember when I first showed up to play paintball, just kind of competitively, I went with a compass and face paint. Like, I didn't use either, but it's kind of funny when you first start, you really don't know what it's going to lead you to. But over 25 years ago, I mean, man, it's I thank God every moment that it led me on the pathway somehow, because every aspect of my life touched with that little jelly. It led me everywhere. Then I guess when I started playing paintball, I loved it. It was competitive, like every one of them in hand, and just being as you said earlier, my entrepreneurial thinking. So I think it's that on. I'm like, I can do this. I'd love to do it, and I had no clue. Take me where it's
What was your first team you started with?
Yakuza.
Didn't you have that tattoo on your shoulder?
Only Only some people know about that.
Well, I mean, you're trying to get it removed, right? One of your many businesses.
Actually, I do. I mean, if it was a better tattoo, I'd probably keep it. And I want to get it transferred into something else. But I don't know. Maybe it will get redressed. It'll be part of me for life. I'm sure there's little pieces of gelatin shell embedded in my skin that get stored in my DNA somewhere.
How did you?
That was the first thing.
Yeah, first. When did you make it to Thunderstruck? You were Thunderstruck, right?
Yeah, it's just like everybody's first team that starts. There's going to be somebody that's more dedicated than others.
Yeah.
And I guess we found. We went to, I think, Knoxville Indoor is the only major tournament. Well, I think we went to Mardi Gras once or twice. They made some friends and some acquaintances there. And but probably a year and a half later, somehow found Thunderstruck. Knew I wanted to travel around. I remember meeting you there with Thunderstruck and going up to where's it, LaPorte, Indiana? Is that where Joe's payback field was?
I think so. I mean, I mostly met a lot. I mean, we played against, some of my old teams. I played against Thunderstruck a couple of times, but mostly I met most of you guys when Center Flag.
Yeah, Center Flag. Yeah.
Yeah. That's when I met you and Siggy and God, who else?
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Sigmund? Yeah.
There was Dickman.
Higman, yeah. Higgy, yeah.
Higgy, and there was a Dickey, too. I worked with Dickey.
Oh, Deaver. Can't forget Deaver.
And then Jay.
Yeah, the infamous Deaver.
Devers is done playing paintball. He's too busy getting swole as shit.
He's had about 10 knee surgeries. Every time I see him on Facebook, he's got some surgery going on.
He's always working. He's always pumping something.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have to get that many knee surgeries to lift weights, no. But, yeah.
All right. Trey, since you're top left, let's start with you. Did all you guys start together?
Yeah, all of us started together.
Wow. All right, start off, Trey.
It was we didn't start no birthday party or nothing like that. These assholes that lived down the street from us, we used to go back in the woods when we were kids and we'd build tree forts and shit. Them assholes trapped us in our tree fort one time. For like, I don't know, a couple hours, and they were shooting us as we were trying to get out. They're like, you know what? We're gonna go to Walmart, we're gonna get paintball guns, we're gonna shoot these motherfuckers. And then when we finally got enough money to go buy paintball guns, they done got out of it.
Well, we started with talons. I wouldn't even call them.
Yeah.
But it was still enough to shoot at them.
Crack pipe, the little crack pipe speed tube.
How old were you? How old were you?
18,
16.
Oh, wow.
15,
All right.
15, something like that. And
There were only three. We only had 3 guns, and we had our best friend at the time played with us. So instead of playing games, we played a game called Scared Rabbit, where one guy would run off into the woods and the rest of us would hunt him.
it sounds like Soundwave.
So,
Yeah.
we used the paintball guns for a lot of things. We played basketball. The loser got shot a few times.
Oh my God.
Hey, it was a little more incentive to play defense, so you didn't lose.
And we didn't have hoppers, so we would take 20-ounce bottles and make hoppers out of 20-ounce bottles. I mean, we were pretty into it.
But so Kenny's place wasn't the first place you started playing at, right?
No. There was this shithole strip mall on Bardstown Road, and behind it there was a paintball field. They didn't have nets around it. There was a neighborhood right behind it. I mean, I don't know how anybody didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
But we went up there and we played. I don't know. It seemed like the whole summer, and this one older fella come up there named Marty Newton, and he goes, "Hey, y'all want to play on a paintball team?" And we're like, "Shoot, yeah, why not?" So we played with him, and the very first tournament me and Tim and Todd ever played in, we have it on VHS, and it is awful.
You still have the very first game on VHS?
Yeah. Jordan's got it at his house.
Is it just me, or does Trey sound like he came out of the hills of West Virginia or something? He's got that.
Was the team Blitzkrieg? Was it Blitzkrieg?
Yeah, we played as a team called Blitzkrieg. I think there's a blitzkrieg in every state.
Yeah. That's
So
funny.
yeah, you can give all the credit to getting us started to Marty Newton because nobody else would give us a chance.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, well, come play with us," and went from playing behind a consignment shop in a strip mall to playing in somebody's backyard who had a field set up. Right about then, Kenny opened up. We heard about him,
Right.
so we went up to the hill and played over there, and it all went from there. So we met Kenny.
Yeah. How long?
I can't hear. He's like,
I know.
Mine
I didn't
is-
too far away. He was working fine earlier.
Who was that? Who was talking?
That was Tim. He's either needs to get headphones in or too far away. How long were you playing at Kenny's before you met the smoke guy?
maybe a year.
Really?
It was maybe like a winter or a summer, but it wasn't long because as soon as Kenny had his field up, he bought the field. It was that red, white, and blue.
World Cup.
He got from Mill.
Oh, yeah.
Had the
I bought it
big
World Cup.
That was
Yeah,
the first
1999.
airball field I ever played on.
Yeah. Oh, so you mostly just played woods up until then?
It was tilted up plywood, shit like that. It was very crude hyperball or whatever you call it.
Yeah, they were like, then they were with it. Jamie Fowler was like, "Hey, I heard this dude is building this field at the tuberculosis hospital. Let's go up there and see what that's all about." And I was like,
Yeah.
All right. We went up there and he was like, "I'm building a field here," and we came up there and we played a couple weekends. He's like, "Hey, I want to start a team up here." And we're like, "Well, fuck yeah!" I was like, "We'll play on your all's team," and that's where Asylum came from. We played as the Asylum Factory team for forever. We played as that team, that name.
So Asylum, so the Asylum team was started before. Well, Kenny was still on Smoke.
Yes.
Yeah, we played without Kenny. But the first tournament that we ever played in was like the Indiana State Championships. It was like the ICC. But,
Indiana Captain's Council.
Yeah, Indiana Captain's Council.
Oh, yeah.
And we played that, and Kenny played with us. And we won the very first tournament we ever entered as the Asylum. We won. And
well, we went all summer getting our heads bashed in by Smoke.
Yeah.
So
the summer before that, y'all came up and y'all played. I've never been shot someone.
I remember those days.
You would get shot.
I remember at that tournament, we had the B-Force goggles on. Every one of us, nobody wore them then. And we were calling us, what they say? The team would go
we looked like we were flying F-15s. We should go back. Yeah, we were F-15 fighter pilots.
Yeah. I like the B-Force, man. I thought they were good goggles, but
yeah, they were dope. Hey, but after we won that tournament, we beat the shit out of everybody. Everybody started wearing them.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah.
And we beat
probably
Toy
did.
Soldiers, the team that would never give us a tryout.
Yeah. And we probably did attribute most of B-Force sales from that tournament in that era.
I think we're responsible for bringing V-Force to the Kentucky-Indiana region.
Yeah. So, Kenny, when did you think that the Tripods were pretty good guys and you wanted them to play on your team?
Immediately.
Look, I used to think there was only one of them.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Damn, you're here all the time. You're over there all the time." And it was each one of them being someplace else. No, it was I just knew. I mean, when you play, you see somebody that's as dedicated as you are, and they have the passion to be there every weekend, and just, I don't know, we just became. They were just acquaintances, became the players, the best friends. It's just like any other. I don't care if you're who you are or what team you are, and you see some players, you start to scout them right away. You start to see the raw talent. That's a natural thing that we see. Every one of us, the ones you see. Hell, remember what was Twisted? Same thing. You saw the talent, and you just notice it right away. It stands out.
Yeah, and we and it was almost instant friendship with the Tripods and Smoke too. Everybody on Smoke liked you guys. It was just like, I don't know why it took so long for us to ask you to play with us, but But you guys, once you started Asylum, you guys were pretty much on Asylum for years.
We kept Asylum going for 18, 19 years.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing against Smoke, but I quit playing with Smoke to play with those guys.
Oh, I know you did. Yeah.
It was a big decision to make at the time.
Yeah.
But I didn't know which way I wanted to do it. And that's still real early into my paintball career. I mean,
I remember that trip. I remember that trip to the Toledo indoor when you played with Cockers in that 5-man. Is when y'all first got those oracles, and on the way back, we got stuck in the natty, and you had to piss in a 20-ounce bottle in the Maximum.
We sat in traffic for so long it killed the alternator in the Maximum.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, and we were stranded there in Cincinnati, or no,
The
where's your dad come get
man's bathroom.
Yeah, the
the wall man's bathroom.
Well, Kenny, tell us about the first Asylum paintball field. So, I know all about it. So does everybody. But I want a lot of people to know what it was like to have that place you had.
And it was made it a dream to I mean it was crazy up there.
Focus.
I mean, sorry, I'm trying to back in the trailer right now.
If anybody doesn't know, Kenny's driving his truck right now. That's why you don't see him on his screen.
I'm driving out a big ass dump truck right now, not a fucking just regular.
Surprised not driving a van.
Well, we used to work up
Professional
there.
van driver.
That's how we got our sponsorship. So we
Was
built
what?
fields, we reffed.
Yeah.
When we were up there building, we were gonna have a tournament up there, and we were building an extra hyperball field. So we're in the middle of building this hyperball field, and I'm sure a lot of you all heard of this guy, Andrew Johnson, Fish.
Fish.
13-year-old kid just literally appeared out of the freaking woods.
Heard
With a
you built a
backpack
paintball
on. He's
field.
like, "Hey, you all building a paintball field?" And that's how Fish came to be. Fish is no spectacular story. Fish literally just poofed like magic. He was there.
Out of nowhere.
It was like fucking Field of Dreams. He just walked out of the woods.
Yeah.
He became like our adopted brother. We used to go to his mom's house and pick him up,
Really.
and we take his mom's van and we go play laser tag, and fuck, hell, we went all over the place with that kid.
And he lived right by the asylum.
He
He lived
lived.
pretty close.
It was like 2 exits down.
And what do you do? Just walk over there?
No,
It
I
was
think
about a
his
2-mile
dad. I
walk
think his
from
dad
Thurston
lived
from-
over there, and he was over there at his dad's for the weekend.
Yeah.
And he walked through the woods.
The infamous
Well, there was a
Fish.
golf course right there too. He had
Yeah,
walked.
there was a
across-
golf course right at the entrance. I remember that.
Yeah.
Bobby Nichols.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna leave the chat for a minute, and I'm gonna be back. All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Do you guys know the history of the asylum then? I'm sure you do.
It started out. It's in a tuberculosis hospital. I think it's the 4th most haunted place in the United States, or maybe even in the world.
It used to be the most haunted place.
Yeah, we've been in there 100
Unproven.
times. Been in there 100 times. Never heard, seen anything. I don't know.
I think I told Tim the other day, I just turned on Ghost Hunters. It was right there. I turned it on and I'm like, wait a minute. That looks familiar. All of a sudden, sure enough, they were talking about the kid that rides the bike upstairs. I'm like, that's Asylum. I told Sabrina,
I think
like,
it's all.
that's Asylum.
I kind of think ghosts are all in your head. I think if a ghost
Yeah.
walked up and slapped me in the face, I still wouldn't believe it. It's all in your head.
The only
Well,
thing scary about that place were the freaky people who inhabited it. Like
Oh, yeah.
the dog that never saw
Shirtless
grass,
guy,
and the dude who didn't know what a shirt was.
and the dog. What was the dog's name? Dog's name was Dog, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
Yeah. I know the first time Smoke came over to practice, he took us through there. And, the wind must have just been blowing right or something, man, because you could just kind of like get that eerie feeling. And then when he took us down that tunnel, you can hear where they take the dead people out.
That's
Body
it.
shoot.
They took the bodies down under because there were so many bodies.
There were so many bodies dying a day. Instead of showing them to
They went right to the train tracks.
Yeah, that was crazy. But going down that chute, man, you just the wind going down there, and you get the little woo. It was like
They blocked that all off.
yeah, it was like hair standing up on us. I know Garen was freaked out to shit.
It's all in your head. It's all
Yeah.
in your head. I don't know where the ghost hunters come up with half this bullshit they come up with.
Hey, that live Halloween show they had was crazy.
They
I'd
had
watch
pretty
it.
good haunted houses, from what I understand.
Yeah, I think the show I watched the other day was like the third or fourth time they've been there. So I know they've been there a couple times.
His sister is trying to refurbish it and turn it into like a bed and breakfast. They've replaced all the windows there and
Oh wow.
but to get back to the paintball part of it,
Yeah.
the shop, the pro shop was in like the maintenance part. It was a garage door that
It was
opened up under the
downstairs, yeah,
hospital.
right.
Yeah, so you were in the pro shop, you walked out of the pro shop, you walked up the hill because they were self-contained. So they grew their own crops, they had their own cattle up there, so they didn't have to contaminate anything.
Right.
Up on the flat parts of the compound is where the fields were set.
Right. They were good
like,
fields.
they were trying to build like the world's biggest cross up there. There was always this big, huge metal cross.
Oh, I remember
right
that.
in the middle of one of the fields.
Yeah, I remember that. And there were some good fields. I mean, the football fields were really good.
I mean, the only complaint we ever had about that place was the wood chips that would stab you.
Yeah.
That and the snipers.
Yeah, the snipers would get you too.
The snipers.
Yeah. You had the ref. The way we got our work for Kenny was every other weekend you had a ref to get your sponsorship. So when other guys were out there reffing, the other guys would get rental guns and crawl through the woods, and while they're reffing, they would shoot at them. And then
snipers turned into counter snipers
to counter snipers. And
so
snipers. Yeah, snipers crawling in the woods shooting refs. And you had people crawling in the woods behind the snipers shooting snipers. It was an endless fight.
How many was on the original team?
5. I think there was like 20 of us. And there was
that was when Trey became captain. I think.
I became captain and I cut everybody. Like.
So
because at first it was just 5 of us. It was me, Todd, Trey, Jordan Bowman, and Adam Ballard.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of expanded after that.
Yeah, to big. Like in his
it
prime,
became a club, and then we didn't like it, so we kind of unclubbed it.
Nice. And they went. What's the highest? Semi-pro, right?
No, we played D2 for like 7 years. It seemed like.
We always had a good team when we were building a really good team. Yeah. You would always lose your good players. Like we had Avery Adams who quit and who ended up playing for LTZ in the NXL.
Yeah.
Fish quit our team.
He played for Aftermath. He played for the Gridlock and
yeah.
And we had Fish. We lost Fish to Farside
twice. We lost Fish to Farside twice,
and then he went to
Boomerang. He always comes back.
He went and played for Unlimited one time when Unlimited was around. But yeah, we had a good team. It seemed like every time we had a good team, somebody would drop off and then we'd have to rebuild. But it was always constant. It was always me, Tim, and Todd, and Kenny. And then Mokler came along. We picked up Mokler from Heavy Duty, and Mokler was then we had 5, and then we started playing 7-man, and then we picked up Spillner, and Spillner played with us, and Spillner's one of the inner circle now too.
and Willie lights out Fernandez.
Yeah, Willie Fernandez, and then Willie quit to go play with Avalanche.
Well, all I know is it's still up there because now Struggle's got a huge.
Struggle has a really good program.
Yeah, they kind of took over where Asylum kind of fell off, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you go up there on a Saturday, Sunday, it looks like Metallica's putting on a concert. There's so many of them.
It was it kind of got depressing because when Asylum we kind of stopped playing. The tournament scene went away, and Tom's just trying to bring back the tournament scene. He's got a team for every division.
Yeah.
If you want to play, he can fit you in somewhere.
And I know it's a hotbed for tournament players because a lot of tournament players come out of Louisville. I know, and then surrounding area. I mean, you're really close to Indiana, so you get some Indiana pull, right?
Not too far. We're not too far from Cincinnati, but Louisville is kind of in the center of the eastern United States. So, I mean, you're not too far away from anything.
Yeah, you can get dudes from Tennessee, Missouri, Illinois, Ohio, Indiana. They all just come play. They're usually there all the damn time too.
There's some kid that plays in Louisville, but he plays down here for the Palm Beach Vipers.
That's
You remember?
Dave
You
Pauley's
remember
son.
Dave Pauley from Brass Eagle All Stars?
Oh no, I know he plays, but there's another kid too. I think that plays.
That's
down.
Cameron.
Oh,
That's his
that's
son.
Chase.
Yeah,
he doesn't play
Chase.
with them no more.
Oh, he
Chase
doesn't?
Thornton.
Because every time I go to practice at at the Central Florida Paintball where we had the ICPL, Tim.
Chase was living down there for a while.
Yeah, we played them guys a lot, and we always beat up on them, my Florida guys. But I'd wear this jersey, like I would wear I'd wear this over a jersey or something, like short when it's hot down here, when it's 100 degrees or something. I'd wear this, go practice it. And he's like, "How you know?" First time he's like, "Hey, how you know Asylum?" And I'm like, so I had to go back and forth. But every time I saw him, he started saying hi to me and stuff. But yeah,
He's a good kid.
Yeah,
He's a really good kid. He's
I
gonna be.
remember
I think Tim's adopting him. Tim or Todd's going to adopt him. I think that's
I'm
what they're
adopting
talking about
Chase.
last night. Yeah.
When did he stop playing for Vipers?
A couple seasons ago.
Really?
Yeah, a couple seasons ago.
When Paulie took over?
Paulie was there when he was there, but Paulie played on like the lower division team. Chase played on the.
I can't understand. Both of those guys come all the way down here to play with a team.
I didn't get it either. I used to ask him that all the time.
When there's
I
teams
don't
right
get it
there in
either.
Louisville. It's crazy. But yeah,
Well,
I mean, it's funny coming, going to practice down here in, Lakeland, Florida, Orlando, Florida, and if somebody says, "Hey, Asylum," you're like, you wouldn't expect to hear that, but that's how far, Asylum roots go.
It's kind of flattering that our name has traveled that far.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be a big name. I mean, you guys, did you win any tournaments?
No.
We got second a couple of times.
I remember you getting second a couple
Always a bridesmaid, but never a bride.
Now, I know when I had my D3 team, when I left Smoke and came to Florida and started my business, my Epic Paintball, I had my D3 team. You guys teamed up.
I played with you all in Chicago one turn.
Yeah, Chicago. We did
Philadelphia.
really good.
Epic
Didn't always-
Paintball.
It was
It
who
was
was it?
Philadelphia.
Epic Paintball.
Well, I played with you guys somewhere, but then you guys came and played with my Epic.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
played
it was
Billy with you all
Philadelphia.
when you all had that Indian Creek Designs deal.
Oh yeah, ICDs.
'Cause I went
yeah.
through like 4 of those freestyles in one match. It was like, give me another one.
Yeah, I don't know. Mine always worked good. Man, they shot great. Once Rocky gave us the software to the Rocky News from Naughty Dogs, they gave us a ramping software. I don't know. Mine always worked good. Some guys didn't, but
The younger kids can't keep their hands off shit.
you're right.
We
Exactly
first
what
met-
it is.
I can
Yeah, we
engineer
first met
this
those-
gun better than the engineer engineered this gun. Is how most kids are like.
Yeah.
I can make it shoot better.
Yeah, we first met those Epic guys in Chicago. We played D2 5-man. It was me, Tim, Todd, Kenny, and Avery.
Yeah.
And we got second, and we played in the prelims. We played HK, and we shot the piss out of one dude, and they ended up beating us with one guy live. And as we were walking from the field, this guy was talking shit to us while we beat you on. And then Tim goes, "Y'all are fucking California faggots cheating us." And they said something to Tim, and Kenny walked up behind him and pushed this one dude face first into a telephone pole. He goes,
Did he really?
telephone pole.
This was what year was that? That was like 2000.
2005.
That was
Yeah.
before Super 7 even started, I think.
It was the first year that the PSP was at Bolingbrook, the one where the aquatic center was behind it.
Yeah. Because we went after we got done playing, we went to the lazy river.
Playing at the
Remember?
aquatic center, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was.
It was the hottest it had been in Chicago in like.
Oh, remember
30
that was
years
like.
or something.
Oh my God, it was so hot.
Ambulances were flanking the field like
that had been 04, 05, I think.
it was a long time
Look at
ago.
my AP.
It was 05 because Kenny just got that F-150 that I
Yeah,
bought
he had
from
the
him.
F-150. That's what I was
Yeah.
getting ready to say.
It's
He
a
had the truck.
2005.
It was
Yeah.
it was long enough ago that HK made stickers and that's all they made.
And cocksuckers for players too.
Yeah. And now look at him. Great. We'll never get sponsored by HK.
You're just killing
I
Tony's
can't.
fucking
I'm not
viewership,
saying
right?
about it because I play on the HK.
Oh, hey,
team.
no, this is uncut. I told you can say anything you
Hey,
want.
Trey's saying it.
No.
You'll see.
No,
You'll see. No HK right there.
Hey,
No
I've got all
HK.
the HK stuff. I play for Struggle now, so
No, we like that. We like them now, but back then, dude, them guys were cocksuckers. They were smart mouth cocksuckers. I was like, I don't like you guys. But
bunch of kids just look at the empire they started, you know. And that's how it goes.
Times change.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't. I don't think it was like the HK guys. I think it was more of the the kids that were trying to swing on the power tee. You know, the little HK groupies.
Yeah.
There was a ton of those kind of teams.
When did I think we ended up getting 6th in Chicago when you guys teamed up with us. I mean, we were on a roll and we got into the semifinals, and I don't know what happened, but I think we ended up getting 6th. That was like the best finish Epic ever did. You know,
I didn't play that event with you all.
Yeah, thanks to you guys. I know it was you. Yeah, it was you two. It was Kenny. I think you brought 5. Yeah,
Avery Adams.
Yeah, Avery.
And Thomas.
I was gonna say I thought you brought 5, and I had 5 or 6. Can't remember.
Yeah, Thomas Roundtree played too.
They rode in the back of a pickup truck from here to Philadelphia, wasn't it? And that was where it was?
No, Chicago.
No, we're talking about Chicago, Trey.
Yeah, we're talking about Chicago. And
we did ride in the back of that pickup truck all the way to Philadelphia.
You know, I had my Epic not my Epic jersey, but when I played with you guys, I can't remember where I played with you guys at though. I had my Asylum jersey forever, and then somebody stole it from friggin' at my paintball store.
See, that's the funny thing about thieves now. They'll dig through your gear bag, pass up a $1,600 gun, pass up a $400 hopper. They'll steal a fucking headband.
Yeah.
Or a jersey. Or a
legit tree trunk, bro.
Barrel condom.
Yeah, well, luckily I know a headband guy.
Yeah. I finally got one of those.
Not there. Right there. Charm City.
I'm gonna have to score one of those Charm City headbands.
Dude, that guy, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have him on my next show. He is, for one thing, he's an awesome guy. Michael Thompson, who we're talking about, who owns Charm City Paintball.
I met him at World Cup. He was He was peddling his product.
Yeah, he definitely was. He always has them. Yeah, but he, dude, that guy makes every one of them by himself. He sews everyone by himself, and he stays up. I mean, he'll stay up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning making them. And Kenny's back.
Does he have? We got video this time?
No video yet. Do we have audio?
I hear him breathing.
Hey, we've been running around that motherfucker for so long. I remember when it first started, we'd be in a hotel room and we'd be like, dude, Kenny, come on, let's go. And he'd be prepping his hair. He had like the frosted tips and shit.
Oh yeah.
And as the years went by, we'd be like, Kenny, come on, hurry up. And he'd be going. Then he'd be in the mirror going, come on, guys, roll back. Roll back.
Between him and Deaver, they were freaking. Oh my god, it took forever, especially Deaver.
I drove all the way to Toronto, Canada, to Skyball with Deavers and his Mustang over here.
Oh my god.
Deavers cracks me up.
Dude, the funniest story.
Jackhammering?
Nah, to start up another truck.
Where are you at?
I'm at the paper field. I just dropped one of the trucks off.
But yeah, Deaver was like, we were playing in Chicago, and Kenny was on the team. And, remember the diamond, the hyperball with the diamond in it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my favorite. We played Warp Kids.
Yeah, it was Warp Kids. Warp Kids was #1 in the.
I think that was like a lot of the pro players now.
Yeah.
All I know is I bitch slapped almost half that team with that diamond.
But Deaver was in there, and you could hear the guys on the other side saying, the smoke calls were just coming in. It got to like smoke 6 or smoke 7. He was jawing this guy in front of him the whole time. And I'm behind him. I'm the bad guy. I'm laughing so hard I can barely shoot my gun. And he's telling these guys, he's like, "Oh, did you hear that? Smoke 7." He goes, "That means they're coming behind you any second, dude. You might as well just throw your gun down and get up." He goes, "I won't shoot you." He goes, "Just walk out of bounds." It's a funny story, man. I mean,
I was in front of Deavers in the diamond, and Brian Benetti stood me up and checked me out, and then put me back in because they could have swore there was no way I made it to that diamond on the break.
Yeah.
And got there, and Jay was like talking behind me saying, "Dude, put your leg out. We'll shoot you in the foot, and it'll be easy on you. Just he's like, it was like smoke one, smoke two, smoke three.
Come on, man. Just stick your foot out. Just stick your foot out.
I mean, the War Kids were the number one amateur team going in that event, and we were, I can't remember where we were, but we rolled them. I mean, we just absolutely rolled them on that field. We had a good tournament though. But yeah, Deaver's one of a kind, man. He's tell a lot of stories about that guy. The raunchiest porn I've ever seen out of anybody. Jay Deaver. Oh my God, he used to send out the
Kenny
smoke
battles
signal.
Godzilla.
If it won't start, hit it with a hammer, apparently.
I'm waiting for somebody to pick me up, and I'm using that smasher. I just turned on the PTO. I'm waiting for somebody to pick me up.
So we got a little off topic. So we played the X-Ball right when it first came out. We played one tournament as rookie, and then we had to bump up to novice. It was a couple of years novice, and then we went to 7-man. We started playing 7-man.
X-Ball back then had coaching, and we couldn't stand
back when
back.
X-Ball.
There'd be some
400-pound man
400-pound behemoth in the game that you couldn't shoot.
Yeah.
Did you guys start X-Ball right when it started, or did you wait?
Yeah.
X-Ball started, yes.
Yeah.
It was when Docs Raiders was still playing divisional.
Oh yeah.
Who else?
It was the
Vultures
first
when
year
Vultures
that
was
it was
still
at
around.
Disney.
Oh, Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
When we
Rocket
played
Kids
rookie,
played that
Impact
division.
won that tournament.
Wow.
I remember the one Rocket Kids. We played the Rocket Kids one at that event. Was that why we wasn't supposed to get out of the car? Remember up front where they were letting people go around the circle?
Jedi
And
mind
nobody.
If you pick somebody up there, you get ejected.
Yeah. So who wants to tell that little story? That was funny.
Jeez.
You tell the stories better than anybody, Kenny.
All right. We're pulling up around the vestibule, like the roundabout to let people out. Or, you weren't supposed to let anybody out. So we pulling around there, and there's this guard, and we just, we don't follow no fucking rules. We're paintball players. We're not going to follow no rule at all. So they can say whatever you want to do. You're not supposed to do it. Yeah. So the guy says, "You're out." We let somebody out, and he says, he starts writing down a license plate. You're out. Your tournament's done. You're over. We're going to assassinate you. You're going to the electric chair, pretty much everything. This guy's just like, and we're like, really, dude? I was like, come on, man. You don't want to run our weekend. And I was almost like the Obi-Wan Kenobi. These aren't the droids you're looking for. And he actually repeated back to me, yeah, you're right. I don't want to ruin your weekend. And he just, move along. It was exactly like that. It was again, one of those classic paintball stories. We don't even remember what the games all the way. Of course, I remembered Impact, remember Rocket Kids, like that. But that story right there, how many millions of stories do we have that's similar? Every team out there that allows you to just, like something stupid, a moment in time, something stupid that happened that cataloged that event.
Yeah.
Huntington Beach with the Asian channel. Ting chong, ting chong, feng hoi.
Russ Elias's head getting rolled up in the window right next to California Highway Patrol. It was so cold, we made shoes out of paintball, like paint magazines.
Magazines and lanyards.
We made shoes.
We washed Frankie's feet with chocolate milk because he had so much paint on them.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm right here with another one of the Asylum rats. Here's Robbie Samples. I can't turn it to. Let me see if I can go to camera. How do I go to camera on it?
I don't know.
There's you. Oh,
Lord.
It's
all the OGs in there, huh?
This is not wearing a paintball.
Anthony called Robbie the mutt for a long time, too.
So when we were playing 7-man, Anthony was playing with Stoned Assassins.
Stoned Assassins, yeah.
So it was he played a year with the Stone Assassins, and then we started playing 7-man, and he came to play with us. And that was quite an experience.
That was his last hurrah, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Dude he would think paintball 24/7. Like you'd be at home at 11:30 at night, and your phone would ring, and it's Anthony. Hey man, I was dreaming about the field. I think we can blind shoot over that drum, and oh man, I was thinking about his. I was like, oh my gosh.
He's still. Hey, there we go.
No audio.
Grab the reins, bro. You got to grab the reins.
What did he say? The mutt.
Yeah. He's telling the mutt stories right now.
Yeah.
This is Mike. This is Robbie.
Yeah, bro. Them were the good days.
But Anthony still does that. I got a text from him from midnight the other night. Something, I don't know what it was about, he's getting us all try to shoot faster, the finger exercises, and he's telling me to relax roll my wrist and relax my fingers or something like that at midnight.
You'll never be able to get us to shoot fast. We are tutters through and through.
Yeah. It's shooting a gun fast. You either got it or you don't.
Yeah.
I know.
With 7-man, we could never shoot fast. I wouldn't call it slow. Our lanes were more cost effective than most other teams.
Yeah. I mean, that's what my argument is in mechanical paintball is, everybody's bitching about, the stuff that we're doing is ruining the game, but it doesn't really matter. It's still mechanical paintball. It's as fast as you can shoot the gun.
Yeah,
it's like a reset, though. Think about it. I thought about it. It's like a reset. First it's mechanical, then we're trying to go back slow, but we're also now trying to get the fastest mechanical gun, which was back in the mid to late 90s, same damn thing.
I know. So, that's what my bitch has been, not my bitch, but that's what I've been saying from there's really one guy stating, that we're I'm not going to say his name.
I mean, what is that thing? I mean, I've seen what is it, the little, what's it called? Who makes that? Deadly Winds?
If you would ever come back to Team Smoke, you would find out. But no.
I mean, believe me, I've had the Jonesing for paintball more recently than I have in a long time. So it's
no, we first came out with remember Brandon Lambrinson from Infamous?
Yeah, play for Infamous.
Yeah.
He came out with the bang valve. And I heard about it, so I called him, got hooked up with him about it. And we were the first team to test them. Tim, we got you on pretty early, or do we put it in at the tournament? I can't remember.
I put mine on the kitchen table, and yeah.
So
Kugel showed me how to do it. I was on number 1, and he was on like 35.
Yeah. So it was just a replacement 3-way valve. The stock 3-way valve was just a shorter throw, just like going from a war game 3-way to a bomb 3-way. That's all it was. So people started saying how they started talking how we're going to ruin paintball now and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, then Kenny Deadlywind came out with his other valve. It's a totally a replacement for the PE valve. They had a hair valve out way back when with the Automag, and it was pretty badass. I saw a YouTube video on it. You see a mechanical Automag, and the guy's just walking the trigger on it like crazy.
It doesn't matter what you put in those guns. I still can't shoot fast. No matter what. Even in the PSP ramping, I couldn't shoot fast.
Yeah.
But my gun still shot slower than everybody else.
But this new Deadlywind valve is really awesome. It's just you take all the PE valve out of it, and you drop this valve in it, and it literally just drops in. You can ask Tim. It just drops right in. And it's totally like my trigger is so short. It's like maybe 2 millimeters, and it's so soft. It's almost like shooting electronic trigger, but it's a mechanical trigger.
Yeah, I didn't really like see one shoot until I saw Kenny rail on the back of that dude's head.
That's yeah. So I had at the last tournament, they sent me 2 of them to prototype them. I had mine in about 2 weeks before. I think I practiced with it 2 weeks before the event, and then I put Kenny's in the day before the event. And so I had a back guy one, I had a front guy one. And yeah, Kenny was on the Woodsball field, right?
No, it was a hyperball.
Oh, Hyperball Field? Yeah.
Kenny
Because he
who?
walked- Yeah, the dude walked right past me with his barrel plug on and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then-
Kenny. Oh, you're talking about the Dead Man
The
Walk.
dead man's walk, yeah.
Yeah. Another Kenny. So if you come, we'll have two Kennys. No, it's Kenny Williams. He played with Level Up, but now
He's from Columbus.
Yeah, he's an old friend of the Calls.
I got you.
Really good guy. He's about as short as you too, so you guys would be.
He looks mean as shit, but he's really funny.
I know. He's
like
yeah, he's funny as shit. But yeah, it's just a different valve, you know. It's an aftermarket valve you put in, and it makes the trigger shorter and softer. That's all it is. It's up to you if you shoot it faster or not. That's all. But it's
yeah, they were talking about suspending him and shit and taking his card away and everything. He got credit for all the shots. I was shooting him in the side of the head too, and I didn't get any trouble.
Yeah. The dead walk guy. Kenny, we had a guy dead walk us at semifinals of the last tournament. He kind of got.
Hey, if you dead man's walk, you almost have to expect it. You can't dead man's walk and then get shot to shit and then be like, what?
You should have
He
seen
didn't say
him.
anything. He just turned and ran.
Oh, he
Dude,
was
it's like
running
running
off
from
the
the-
field. He was trying to run off field. As soon as he got off field, he me and Mark Ireland were sitting there just freaking. I was calling him a pussy, and I think
A dead man's walk is like running from the cops. You're gonna catch an ass whooping.
yeah. So it was funny. We did shoot the shit out of him. He disappeared. I don't even know whatever happened to him, but yeah, that was in the semifinals. So we just smoked him bad, and yeah, I don't know. But so yeah, everybody, like I said, it's as fast as you can shoot it. I'm not very fast. Everybody knows Anthony's fast.
Because he's got a big dick and
Anthony's
shoots
got a
fast.
big
That's what he
dick and
does.
shoots his gun fast. If you ask me.
That was so funny. Did you ever hear that story, Kenny?
I think I did. What did he say though? Remind me.
Last year in Chicago at the tournament, he's sitting there on the tape line, the spectator tape line, and he's shooting. I'm on the other side, so I didn't see it. But I guess he was shooting so fast that the ref came over and pulled his gun, and because he was shooting fast, he thought he had an electronic gun, and he told the ref, he goes, no man, he goes, I got a big dick and I can shoot fast.
I do remember.
Hey, that's about as good as when we were in Tampa and the ref tried to take Kenny's card away from him because he said something to him. Kenny goes, you can have my card if you're man enough to take it from me.
And Kenny finished that event, so apparently he wasn't very manly.
Nope.
But yeah, that's Anthony, I think every tournament but one, the refs come up to him, tried to take his gun because they thought he was shooting an illegal gun.
The only person I've ever seen shoot a gun faster than Anthony is Spillner. He shot a die NT and he could 3-finger it. And we were playing in San Diego right before Damage was coming on the field.
Yeah.
And Dave Baines asked him what the hell he did to that gun to get it shooting.
Speaking of Dave Baines.
Titty, you said it sounded like he put a sentry gun on Call of Duty down the snake and shot it.
Yeah.
It was fast. It was really
First time I ever saw Kenny kiss a man.
Oh yeah, that was DC.
Yeah,
That
that was
was-
DC. He got us into the next round with that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we was beat, and then I don't know. Stoner he shot like 4 or 5 people.
It was me, Anthony, and Spillner, and I was in like the Dorito one. Anthony was in the back center, and Spillner was in like the snake side corner. Spillner runs the snake, shoots a guy on the run, crawls to the 50, comes up, and it sounds like he has a chainsaw when he pops up and shoots 4 dudes
With a wave of a gun. He just goes,
Yeah.
4 kills.
And then the sad thing is I played with it, and he was shooting like a minigun. I was shooting like.
I mean, that's me. I'm gotten faster now because of his new valves, but I was faster when I played cockers and stuff back in the day, but not anymore.
Where do these valves fit in? Just the Planet Eclipse
It's
gun?
the E-Tech and the 170R right now, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. The EMEC, I personally, I think, and so does Anthony, but I think the EMEC shoots faster than the 170s. But now
It's basically the same gun. It's got the same bolt.
It's the same gun. I don't know. There's
one's plastic.
I really don't know. I know there's no filter in the EMEC, but there's filter in the 170. That might have something to do with it. I don't know, but I know my EMEC's faster than my 170.
Well, any of those guns you get out there, I don't care if you like even our matrices. One matrix would shoot faster than the other matrix. This is how it's.
Well,
I don't know.
Matrix, yeah, because we had the rocket scientist sitting there freaking just studying the gun 24/7.
If you had one of the original NYS matrices with a wired eye on it, those things shot faster than any gun today.
We played a PRA 7-man, and Tim, Kenny, and Todd, all three of them had one, and they were we won the whole thing, and people were saying we were cheating because we were shooting illegal guns, and Tim and them gave them their guns. They said, "Here, try to get it to shoot that fast." They couldn't get it to shoot as fast as they were.
Yeah.
Like, it's not illegal.
We were told not to bring those guns back to a tournament.
Or that blue,
too fast.
or that blue Diablo paint, Inferno, blue Inferno. I made a dude gargle blue paint.
The gun shot so fast. They had those guns shooting so fast. I was shooting an Intimidator that was cheating, and I wasn't shooting as fast.
Johnson's theory was you got to put a dead battery in them. It makes it shoot faster. And then
I remember the POW button. You'd come around a bunker and you could hold the top button down and shoot it, and it would say POW on the screen.
Yeah. It was if you had a boat stick. That's what it was clear for. Is that if you had a boat stick, it would put a whole bunch more pressure from it to get boat stick. But yeah, you could like try to snipe one in the back left corner on 10-man.
I remember when we first got them, we were at an indoor in Detroit. Were you at that practice, Kenny, when we first got our matrices?
Yeah.
We went.
Yeah. We pulled them out of the box.
That's why I almost died.
There was like 20 of us in Garen's house.
Yeah.
Fish, he had a boxer named. He had that boxer dog named Taj, and Fish was asleep on the couch, and the dog jumped on the top of Fish on the couch. It was like stomping through him.
Yeah, that was a small place, man. Those guns were ripping in there. I know that.
Yeah.
They had a lot of.
I felt like I had a finger shot off that event.
It was just a
practice. It's probably I had finger surgery probably about a month ago. It's probably why I had to have finger surgery, because that practice.
His pinky looked like a fetus.
Yeah.
Kenny, real quick, tell us the story about the old Asylum. How did you come out of it? How did you run paintball out of it?
Well, I mean, it came around in a deal. I had a pizza place, and a customer of mine actually owned it then, and he had to sell it. So we ended up buying it, and immediately that's what I want. That's how I developed the name Paintball Asylum, was from Waverly Hills.
Crazy about the game.
Just got crazy about the game, and the crazy people were there, and so my original plan was to want to put paintball inside it. That's when airball was just emerging.
Right. It was in infancy.
Yeah, and we I remember we built out the pro shop in the lower I think it was the boiler room where I had the pro shop at, and then several leaky roofs later. I mean,
the floor was always wet. I remember that.
It was always wet. But like the triplets and them, all of us, we built those fields. I mean, it was every day. I mean, I had a lawn service then. I would cut grass, then I would build paintball fields. Cut grass, build paintball fields. And I would be like, hey, who wants to help me build paintball fields? That's how I met Fish.
Crushing rocks.
Andrew Johnson. I was building. It was on this little urban field I made, and he came out of the woods. And on the other side of these woods are more woods. And then beyond that part, there's more woods.
The story is true because he tells it the same way, word for word.
And Andrew came out of the woods, and he was tall, skinny. He's tall and skinny now, but he was even more lanky then. He came out, almost remind me of like Schmeagol from Lord of the Rings a little bit. Just kind of came out of there, and this was like, I was in the Bobcat. I remember it so vividly, just in the Bobcat. And I'm like, who's this coming at me out of the woods, out of nowhere? And he comes up to me, and And he's like, I hear you're building a paintball field. Can I help you? And I'm like, you know how like all paintball fields begin with free labor.
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like, sure. Go over there and move those sticks over there and make something neat with those sticks over here. And it was basically that. And that's how we just all became there. And actually, Andrew, I'm going off tangent. I apologize. But that's how we met Andrew there, building Paintball Asylum. Its initial embryo baby fields. The beginning of Paintball Asylum was there. And that's where I met like everybody, like me and Tim, Todd, and Trey. But there was no paintball fields in Louisville then. And
it's crazy how big a place that is. There's no paintball.
It was big, but we had little. The most of the field of the land there was on a hill, but there was little segments of flat ground that we could make our concept fields. We made a hyperball field. I think it was one of the first ones, and how all hyperball fields are also made. You find and you steal pieces of black pipe everywhere. You find out where every construction site is, and you first ask them if you can have their cutoffs, and then if they say no, you still take their cutoffs. And since they said no, if they say yes at first and they give you your cutoffs, you're nice and you will take their new stuff. But if they say no, we take everything. And
he'd be like, hey, I know where a place for some pipe. He'd send you on like some covert mission to get hyper pipe.
And we would go back and get those pipe. But we made our field there out of that. And the woods fields were made in the woods on little ravines. But then we bought our airball field, I think probably in 90, maybe 98, October 98.
It was 99 because that's when –
we
were just out of high school when we first came up there.
Okay. I bought those stars.
Kenny, I didn't even have the Focus yet.
Okay. Well, I remember when you got the Focus, but and you brought it. But we had the concept. I remember we gave that 3-man. Talk about the NYX matrices earlier. We had 3. Yep. But
we gave away the best prizes, and no one would fucking show up for it.
No, man, you're wrong. We gave out those. We had like 30, 40. Tim Montresor came up there with adrenaline. I mean, Nasty came and practiced us there, all the way from Maryland.
No, there was one time you gave away really good guns, and hardly anybody showed up. It's like
they were LaSoya Timmys.
The LaSoya Timmys probably was, but I remember the NYX one. We had 30, 40 teams. I remember.
Yeah, the very first tournament Asylum. The Asylum Open was big, the very first one.
It was like Brimstone played, Brassington All-Stars played, Adrenaline played. I mean, there was Farside played.
Everybody of paintball now played that event. I mean, that's what it was. It was
the original Asylum Open.
I found a flyer of that not too long ago, and I kept it.
Car.
Do you really? I kept a couple of them. And then we had, but we outgrew that place, and we probably was there for a couple years, and then luckily I found the property where we are now, and built the facility where we are. Asylum grew 2.0. So
huge. Yeah. How long you been there? The new place, I guess. New place, but
probably we're at about 18 years, probably.
Wow.
And then
we first
got shut down, and we went to the indoor.
Yeah, you
had
right.
an indoor, right? Yeah.
We had the indoor. We had to write the law for paintball in Louisville. When we bought the property. It's heavy as zone property. We were starting to have zoning problems at Waverly.
So that's all about zoning problems, bro.
Yeah. We left there, found heavy industrial property, not too far from there, all flat, perfect for woods, perfect for concept fields, and had a shed. I remember our first little pro shop was a shed. But we moved there, M2, M3 property. I mean, you could do everything here. You could have a chemical plant, racetrack, everything could be done. It's the heaviest zone property in the city. But paintball wasn't on that list. And we, again, then found ourselves on old horizons again of having zoning problems. So I'm hard-headed as fuck, and I'm not going to ever give up on anything. So luckily I had another company to hold me up and pay all the legal bills to fight the zoning battle. It took from probably 2004 all the way to 2006. It took almost over 2 years. It was like 2.5, 3 years. But in that interim, we found kicking the dirt, going around town, found a huge building that was pretty much clear span down in downtown Louisville and Portland. And that's when we opened the indoors, right along the expressway. Had great visual.
Prefabricated houses in there?
Yeah.
Yep, and prefab walls, and they're called SIPS panels. They made them there. We had it there from 2005. We opened it up, and all into 2006 we moved out.
You used to have reballs in there, right?
We had reball on one of the small fields, and then we had the one field that we had. It was long. It wasn't real wide, but it was really long. But we had I remember our first. It served its purpose. Our first winter there, we had a LB Fowl, a Chris Lasoya, and Andy Kepcock, AK-47 clinic there. And
I still have Lasoya as my homeboy T-shirt too.
Yep. I mean, that place was so cool. I wish I would have really kept it and developed it again.
It was even cooler
other
when
things.
Kenny went to practice.
Yeah,
I know. Go to smoke practices, and we would play airsoft inside his building while he was gone.
We finally told him about it. He goes, "Man, if I knew you were doing that, I would have not gone to practice."
The pro shop, he had couches, and we'd be diving over the couches with airsoft guns, and like while the cat's away, the mice will play. And
the building was huge. It was almost like a nightclub up in the top part. It was like the Peach Pit after dark.
Some of the teenage kids would use it as a nightclub.
Yeah.
I bet they're still finding Asylum tags in that place.
Oh my gosh!
We would crawl through the rafters with a can of spray paint and a tag, and we would spray paint Asylum on everything.
All right, Kenny. What else? Tell us about all your other. I don't even know how many you got businesses. What else going on in Louisville with Kenny Schell?
Nothing right now. That damn stupid ass virus.
Yeah, not right
but,
now.
You know what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't even want to start talking about that stuff. We hear about it on CNN, Fox News, and I don't know, probably Sesame Street's talking about it now. But I mean,
Corona.
I mean, the foundation of everything is always been the maintenance company. So I mean, I say it with a joke, but I don't know how many snow events bought the next paintball field, even in its Asylum's early infancy. I mean, it was like we'd have a 6-inch snow, and I would be doing. I would plow for 80 hours straight one time. And just, I mean, I remember leaving a smoke practice once or twice to go snowplow. I mean, it was all, I had a dream for paintball beyond what playing was, and the enjoyment I got out of just Asylum itself is introducing paintball to players that I mean, like us. I mean, so that was
Kenny never had any biological children, but he raised more kids into men than I've ever known.
You're definitely right there. I mean, I feel like what was that Vince Vaughn movie that he had like all the from his sperm got donated all over the place.
Oh yeah. Kenny, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. But I don't know. If only I could have conceived all these kids. Just think of that. That would be a movie in itself.
It's funny because I had the same thing, you know, when I had my paintball store and field down here in Florida. You know, all the kids that I raised, you know, that came up through my play, and they were just like yours. You know, they show up out of the blue. Hey, what can we do? And you know, some of them were my refs, some of them were my players. You know, now I have Matt on the team, on Team Smoke. You know, he came to my field when he was like 15 years old.
Is that the one that went around?
Labor for the NXL.
Yeah, don't he do like NXL? Don't he do like field setup and stuff?
Yeah, sure does.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Awesome kid.
Looks like the homeless dude on a bicycle riding.
Yeah, exactly. That's who it is. Who it looks like. So yeah, Matt, and then you know everybody knows Keith Brown. You know he started my field when he was 13 years old. And I still consider him, you know, basically one of my kids. So I taught him.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Yeah, Keith Brown started at my field when he was 13 years old, and you know, you could just tell he was going to be something special, and I held on to him as long as I could. But he's a hell of a kid, nicest kid you'll ever meet, and he's still going strong. You know, so it's like you see all these guys playing at your field and playing out there. I had the same thing with mine. You know, mine was only there for 10 years, but you know,
it's easier to find players in Florida where, you know, up here in Louisville, there wasn't very many of us.
Yeah, it's different there though, because like Kenny said, you guys were the only paintball field there. I don't know if it's still like that or not. Here,
yeah, you gotta know that.
Yeah, when I started mine,
we're not giving them free advertisement.
Yeah, when I started mine, there was one other field, and it's been here forever, and it's still here, Orlando Paintball. So I started mine, and it went gangbusters. I mean, we were so busy, and then another one opened, and then another one opened, and then another one opened, and everybody was cutting throat everybody. You know, it was just like. And my last straw was there was a team down here who Matt played for. It was called Tonal Carnage, and the guy opened up the field just for his kids because there's 2 or 3 kids played on the team. And he told me at World Cup one year, I was friends with him. I mean, it wasn't nothing big, but he goes, I don't care if I make any money. He goes, I sell paint at cost, and you know, it's just I have this field here for my kids. And I'm like, here I am trying to raise 2 or 3 kids, have a wife, got a house payment and everything, and I'm trying to make a living off of it. You're cutthroating me because you're selling paint that costs and shit.
Well, Kenny wrote, like Kenny said, we wrote the rules, the law for paintball in Louisville. Nobody could afford the law.
Yeah. So he's the only one there in Louisville?
He's the kingpin. He's the kingpin in Louisville.
Wow. That's crazy. That's awesome though. Good for him. Not like down here. There's freaking paintball stores.
Most fields don't put money back into the field to make it better.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
The place has grown. I remember,
Yeah, that's Tim's seen the field down here where most of the tournament guys play at Central Florida Paintball.
Jeez, I remember seeing it in like Paintball 2 Extremes, and it looked so nice.
It used to be.
And then I finally got to see it in person.
Yeah,
and it looked like they filmed The Walking Dead there.
Yeah, it used to be. It's funny because as long as I had my field, I never went there, but all my guys went there a lot to playing tournaments and stuff. They used to have a tournament series, but it used to be really nice. But the owner got it, he let his son take it over. I don't know what all the story is to it, but yeah, it's the first time I went there was like 3 years ago to start playing paintball again. And I'm like, wow, so yeah. And Damage plays there. That's their home field. I don't understand it, but it's really the only place around here to go to. I mean, there's really no other, for tournament wise.
Is there a place called Gator Joe's or something like that, or?
No, there's a place called Gators, which Rico owns, but it's up kind of northwest. That's where we go
Gator
practice.
Joe's. That was where the instigators played, wasn't it? Titty.
Gator Joe sounds familiar, but I don't know.
It was in Indianapolis. It was in Indianapolis. Yeah, the instigators played there.
Yeah. Huh. Well, Kenny's gone, so. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Oh, he's here. Here he comes.
I'm waiting for him to open his house door and dogs barking.
He's coming. He's connecting to audio is what it says. There you are.
But if it wasn't battery died. If it wasn't for that dude, we would have been out of this sport a long time ago.
Who, Kenny? Yeah.
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 We all had our chances. We all had our chances to leave and go somewhere else, but it was why join somebody else's thing when we can just continue to do our special thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we went from rookie all the way to semi-pro. We were a contender in the semi-pro division.
I know you were. Yep.
Yeah, that's my only disappointment. I feel like my failure. My goal when we was the last when we played, some of us, the core members played together, is that we was so close. I mean, Katana, we had that spot before. I mean, I tell you, who was really hard to beat was DMG and Uprising. They were, but Uprising went on, and we stayed in there with DMG for that one more year, and we beat them, they beat us. We go back and forth. We were so close. I mean, we could all
played. There was the last year that we played in the Pro Division. You had, they were the Outlaws, but it was New York Extreme.
Yeah.
NYX.
Oh yeah, NYX. We would. I mean, I ain't gonna take nothing away from none of those guys. They're all great players, but we was there. They didn't want to play us.
Really?
They were good guys. I liked them.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about they knew they could be beat. Is what I'm saying. I ain't gonna say they didn't want to play us because they hated us.
Yeah.
But when there was anybody in that division, we could beat.
Ain't scared of nobody.
But
we were speaking about Anthony and his Texas. Guess who just texted me?
Anthony.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna send him a
You
picture.
dreaming about blind shots over rollers?
Tim, do your Anthony impersonation.
No.
Dude, that guy is so he's starting to be like Jonathan now with guns. He's starting to be the mad scientist on the guns. He's got.
I think I can foresee Anthony like Jonathan with his like soldering gun and his professional tools, and Anthony with like a tack hammer and some tape.
How many vacuum cleaners do you think Mama Call went through when they were kids?
Oh my God,
Just
I'm
constantly
surprised.
taking them apart.
I feel sorry for Mama and Papa Call sometimes because man, they probably went through some shit with them two kids. But I talked about that on the last podcast though. But you couldn't find any two bigger supporters than Mama and Papa Call.
Mm-hmm. They drove him around in the Sweet Pickles Dodge van for God.
The Dodge. Yeah.
He bought that. I remember they bought that van for the team. It was for all of us to go everywhere. And
they would drive when we practiced at Badlands. They would drive, was it 9 hours there practice and drive 9 hours back home? And it's crazy the miles they put on that thing.
Well, I remember me and Devers drove to where do they live? Pleasureville is that what it's called?
A mile somewhere, I don't know.
I think it's Pleasureville, I think. And then we loaded the truck. I brought paint with me, loaded the van full of paint. We drove from there to Maryland to play nasty.
Oh, yeah, the Maryland trip. I talked about that to you before. That's when we brought Tristan on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Tristan was in Wisconsin, and I lived like an hour and a half below him in Illinois. So, and I knew Tristan from playing on the Wisconsin team because he came from our Wisconsin team. MVP.
Who? I can't remember his name. Dean
Sanders. He's from Texas.
And Scotty.
Dean and Scotty.
I talked to both of them. I
Shut
talked
up.
to them not too long. Yeah.
Really?
He what was the other guy that Dean's son? What was that? He
Chris.
played for this little.
Yeah.
No, not that guy. The taller, skinnier one.
Scott.
Not Scott. There was another one.
Scotty was the little dude, the little tan guy.
Yeah, this was it was. He was a little bit heavier. He was, I think, Dean's real son. Chris wasn't his son.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But anyway, he reached out to me. He needed to sell a compressor. That old compressor. Me and Dean bought our Worthington compressors at the same time to get a deal. But Dean has doing he had a pest control.
Yeah.
And then Texas, and now he's doing spray foam insulation, all types of insulation. But he hadn't used this compressor in 10 years. But Chris Rangel with under was like we're going back and forth and we talk to each other all the time. But he was going to do Bunker Fest this year and he needed to get a compressor. He was asking me where to get a compressor. At the same time, coincidentally, Dean messaged me out of it and says, "Hey, I got a compressor." We talked for a bit and everything. But I always liked Dean. He would always like preach. What was his background, preaching or something like that? I remember that in the huddle. But
him and BBD would always say something a little. Yeah.
But
we tried to get a hold of Dean and Scotty right when we got Smoke back together, and never heard nothing from them. So that's when the Tripods came on and played Atlanta with us.
Hey, that was possibly one of the funnest tournaments I've ever played in.
Oh yeah, that was fun. We tried to
get
get
the
die on the internet.
The game that ran out of time but didn't run out of time.
Yeah.
And Anthony come on fucking glued.
Dude, I was holding him off, and then BBD got into it, so I was holding both of them off. Then to come find out about it, if you watch our last podcast with Brad grew up, he was the ultimate.
Y'all did. It did run. There was still time left in that game.
Yeah.
Well, I like the snake in the woods was like a 4-foot trench.
Sorry. Anthony's like, what the hell is that? I took a picture of the screen. He's like, what's that? But
What
yeah.
are you gonna do? When are you gonna hear the F-bomb fest, which is the smokehouse with Anthony call?
Well, it's funny because I was telling Trey about it earlier. So I did Jonathan first, and I was going to do Anthony right next to him, but Anthony lives in Bumfuck, Ohio, and he has satellite internet. So if they use so much internet during the month, then they lose all their data, and they can't.
Oh, God. You can't go to McDonald's or something and get their free Wi-Fi?
So anyway,
no, you can't go to
When you see the dollar menu behind you.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right. So that's when Brad called me. He's like, hey, I want to do a smoke show on 420. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I was like, well, I'll just take my podcast. You take your podcast. We'll just do 2 podcasts as one. And, Anthony was on that. So that's basically what it was. But still, his internet was in and out. I don't know. But that's funny because we talked like we did earlier. We were on there an hour and a half before we went live. And his internet was fine. And as soon as we got onto the live show, his internet started going in and out, which was crazy. So
I thought it was nuts how y'all remembered a certain game and he pulled it up on YouTube and he was in it too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That was the he goes, man, fuck those guys. Tell him I said that.
Man,
fuck you.
So Atlanta, the lady who was in the tent doing the horn for the time, she started it 45 seconds earlier. So we were
we had the flag.
I can't remember who we were playing. I can't remember who it was. But I know I was up on the tape, and then all of a sudden I saw, a couple guys get shot from the other tape line down at the bottom of the hill. So I'm like, Pat, I gotta go. And I went down there, and Gary and I we shot everybody. I'm like this at the flag, like the flag's like right here. I'm like, and all of a sudden, the horn blows. I look at my watch. There's still almost a minute left in the game. I'm screaming, what? And Anthony gets into it, and Pat gets into it a little bit. And yeah, come to find out, it was Brad. He was the ultimate ref. He was the one we were yelling at.
Me and Tim were picking up our pods, and Anthony, you hear Anthony in the background motherfucking this guy, and here Tim goes, damn, I didn't know we were playing for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So Anthony had to take a smoke jersey off and put a freaking camouflage, just I don't know what kind of camo, just a camo jersey on, so they wouldn't know it was him for the remaining games, so he wouldn't get thrown out of the games. That's how bad it was. I mean, BBD was trying to hold him off, and all of a sudden BBD got into the discussion. He started yelling at Brad, so I'm like trying to hold both of them off. We're almost late for our next game.
That shit was lawless. There's like people croning their guns into like a highway.
I know. But that was a fun event. You're right. That was a fun event.
Yeah, there's a certain part of that event I wish would die on the internet,
we won't
but
talk
it never
about
will.
that Far Side game, but
Yeah, Tim shot Tristan.
yeah. Well,
Anthony told me to.
I was gonna say Anthony
Can we
bring
up the video? Does anybody know how to do that?
Yeah, I could. But yeah, then we were talking the last podcast, and then we were talking about the mad scientist, about how his freaking Matrix shot so fast, and I was like, there's a YouTube video out there when we were playing Evil. I think Far Side was Evil Factory Team or something. Yeah. I said when he's in the snake, you can hear Jonathan's gun just ripping, and so Brad pulls it up on the screen. Jonathan goes, "Hey, I think you were repping that game too." And it turned come find out it was Brad repping that game.
He always had that cool. It was like a green marble Shock Tech.
Yeah, it was the
Shock Tech.
Yeah.
It wasn't Shock Tech. It was wasn't it Special Blend?
No. Anthony had the Special Blend.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jonathan had the Shock Tech.
It was an acid wash Shock Tech shot.
Yep,
Shock
sure
Tech.
was.
I remember one of them shot me in the arm so many times I dropped my gun and my arm went numb.
Kenny could tell you those guns.
I think when the NYX came out, we bought so many of them at the field and sold them. I think Kenny sold.
I was a premium
of those guns.
Yeah, I would order those things. Pete from Virtue, he would as soon as they would be getting made, I would get to order so many of those guns. I would get first dibs.
Damn.
I think I was the only one of us that never shot an old Matrix.
Really?
I always had the
Nerd.
time.
You're such a nerd.
I bought one of two toxic red, white, and blue Matrix. I bought it at World Cup, pulled it out of the package, put air on it and a hopper on it, went and played 10-man with it. That fucking gun ripped. I love that gun. It was one of two.
Yeah, all
And
of ours
speaking
got
of Keith
stolen
Brown,
in a break-in.
Keith Brown's dad bought it from me
Yeah.
for his son, and he still has it to this day. Keith Brown does.
Did you ever get your money from that guy that broke into the shop, Kenny?
What guy? Okay, talk about him. His body's. Never mind. We got to change that subject. There might be FBI
25
listening.
cents at a time. A check for 25 cents in the mail. The judicial
We don't
system
talk.
had its
We
best.
don't talk about that guy's past life.
So Kenny, you're not just only in the paintball. You got one or two stores.
We have two stores. And then when we Paintball Asylum formed in the 2000 era, but we wanted, how do we grow? How do we do retail? And that's when Asylum Extreme was spawned, because we knew paintball, just like today. How many paintball stores exist today? Hardly none.
Yeah, hardly.
I mean, and I always thought it was crazy if you had a paintball store and no field. I mean, you got some balls on you if you don't have no field.
Yeah, I don't know how a lot of those stores made it. Just only paintball.
No.
Yeah.
It was a different era then, though, too, where everybody got upgrades for the gun. As soon as you bought a gun, you bought a feed neck, you bought a rail, you bought
trigger,
you did
or virtue board, or a
everything.
board, yeah.
And that was the era of upgrade your ride. Almost like when you go to AutoZone when you first get your car when you're 16. You get every
Get the chrome bullets.
I had a glass cabinet for every gun. So I had a Cocker one, I had an Intimidator case, I had Matrix case, you could do that back then. Now you don't do that, but
and when the Ion came out, remember the Ion?
Oh my God, the Ion, Jesus.
Yeah, you would buy a $200 gun and spend $1,000 on it.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like the EMAC now. You could do that with the EMAC too if you wanted to.
But the EMAC is a tremendous gun.
Oh, it's
You don't do nothing. Put a barrel on it, and that's it, really.
Yep.
EMAC's going to be the end of Tippmann.
The only
every one of our new rental guns are the EMACs. I mean, we still have some Tippmans in the fleet, but I'm slowly selling them off and getting rid of them.
Yeah, the EMAC is a perfect rental gun, and it's a perfect tournament gun. It's the stock EMAC. You take the spring out of it, it's fast. Then you put a new adjustable trigger in it, and it's more faster. But it's the same. The only difference between an EMAC and a 170 is one's plastic and one's aluminum body. That's it. I mean, that's all there is. So, yeah.
I saw the GMAC. The G-Tech with the mechanical trigger on it.
Yep. That's almost like the Cocker, straight back, straight forward. That's when we started out with. That's when we came to Asylum and played you guys. That was kind of like the first weekend when I got to play with it.
Yeah, you brought them all in boxes, and everybody was putting them together in the parking lot.
Yep. All right, go ahead, Kenny.
I don't even know where I was. Oh, we was talking about in around 2005. We developed the Asylum Extreme brand, where it was not just paintball. It was remote control. We knew we had to have other industries for our retail line to even get off the ground. And that was pre-internet. I mean, a little bit, internet was out there, but wasn't like it is today. It wasn't Amazon. It wasn't like that. So we brought in skateboard, remote control cars, and paintball. That was our big three. And then had a little tiny 1,800 square foot store. It might have even been that. It might have been like 14. I think it was 1,400 square foot. But that put a footprint in. That was in Indiana. It was right next to Kmart.
Kmart.
Yeah, that put our footprint in Indiana, where we was like far enough away from the field, and the store was at the field, but it was there. So we was there for a couple years, and then we ended up moving to our other store. It was always little step ups that we tried to do, and then we closed that one and opened up our bigger store, and then from that we owned our building now, and then we was there for a while, and we built an indoor after that back at the field, and that was back to the indoor again. We had the indoor at the paintball field, and we had the outdoor field. We had our pro shop. We had our store in Indiana. So a big time of growth in that area. And then after that, I was always intrigued with tattoos, and we opened a tattoo studio, Extreme Ink and Piercing. That's right next to the Indiana store still currently today. And we have laser tattoo removal. We have some really good artists there that laid out some great ink, and then a few years later, I opened a trampoline park. I think in 2013, all of us, me, the triplets, Manny, Spillner, we all went to Sky Zone. And there I was just like, oh, this is almost like paintball. I've seen it. I mean, once you see like and I consider
you see how the sausage is made?
Well, action-based entertainment is what all of it was.
Right.
I mean, paintball, what are we selling? We're selling adrenaline. And trampolines, I saw that too. I saw that the place was packed, and that was in 2013. But so by 5 years later, we started. I was always in the back of my mind, but we opened a trampoline park, Gymnasium.
Dude, when we were building the trampoline park, we jumped on it so much. I don't even want to look at a trampoline anymore.
Well, when we came out, it was funny because when we came out to practice 2 years ago, Kenny wasn't open yet, but he took us up there and we played. I mean, It was like a bunch of grown men, but we were little kids in a candy store.
But he's got virtual reality up there.
I know. We didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have that yet. So But I mean, the trampoline park now a couple of years later I don't know. We opened I guess 2 years from now, but the foundation of everything was the maintenance company. That's what it allowed me to be able to play paintball and travel around, and then come back and do some good work and build the paintball field. It seems like that was my whole life, but it was all based around paintball. So I was lucky.
Well, I remember two stories. I used to talk to you a lot. When I had my business, I would talk to you, I was also searching for something else besides paintball. But you were telling me one year how much you sold in RC stuff, and I could not believe. I was like floored. But you had an RC track too, right?
Yep, an RC track at the paintball field.
Yeah.
I wish I would have kept that in shape more. I let somebody. I let somebody come out there, and not anybody can move dirt and make dirt usable. So I let somebody. We had a great track, and I let somebody rebuild the track, and they didn't finish. And I could not invest my time into rebuilding it. But we still have the track.
So many people buy parts at the art and seeds counter, take it outside, destroy the car, run back inside, buy all the parts again, go outside, destroy it, come right back in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a miniature race car. I mean, just think NASCAR Sunday. How many people are on the side? How many engines do they have sitting there? How many sets of tires? Everything. And they got a crew of 15 people to hurry up and get that car back running. All it is, on a smaller scale, it's the same thing.
Wow. Yeah. But yeah, I remember you told me I was floored. And then when you opened a trampoline store, you told me how many socks you sold.
Oh my God, we order socks at 50,000 pairs at a time. I joke about it, or we all joke about trampoline park. We built the trampoline park to sell socks. That's what we did.
And I still don't have a pair of them.
Actually, guess what? We get made now. Under's making me these. He's making me we're getting geared up to try.
We can't see them. Yeah, we can't see them. You don't have your video on, dude.
We are making the Corona mask. It's got a ninja on it doing a karate chop or karate jump into the Corona red cell virus or spiky thing. But yeah,
You're gonna sell it. You're gonna sell a lot of those because in Kentucky next week they said to go in any business you're gonna have to have a mask.
Well, we're in Indiana, so Kentucky's got Democrat fuckwads. So.
It took you a while to get that store open. I know that for sure.
Yeah, it took a little bit over there. We had to go through Homeland Security. I mean, it seems like everything's been a big hurdle, but I learned so much along each step of the way of the process. I mean, they don't make it easy to be. I mean, everybody thinks you have a business and everything's nice and easy and peachy, and every day you just deposit money in the bank. It's not the case. Yeah. So it's a battle every day, and it's even more of a battle now with all this bullshit going on.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
How about you? Are you doing golf right now or no?
Well, the course has been closed for I don't know whenever the ban went into effect. I don't know. I think it's a month, 5 weeks now. But the course is closed. But I've been they put me on the maintenance crew, so I've been working in the maintenance crew. I work 3 days a week, until there's rumors we're gonna open this weekend, so we'll see. But yeah,
surely you can practice social distance.
Oh, look at the fuckers in his hot tub.
I'm in the fucking hot tub. Hey, don't look down at my nutsack. Don't look down at my balls.
I remember that hot tub.
Sweet flex, bro.
Oh. This is how much I love Asylum. Okay, throw my side. There it is.
Oh, God, that night was hilarious.
I like how much I love smoke.
Yeah, look at that's the same thing that's on your tank top right there.
Yeah. So yeah.
Him and Brian got that same tattoo the same night.
It was the Saturday before Easter. It sounds like
and
I'm telling
on tres leche.
No, it was Mexican martinis. It was mixing martinis, man.
Yeah, but I drove the van over to your tattoo parlor, and you were in my face the entire time. I thought you were going to try to kiss me. You were singing Billy Idol, White Wedding in my face.
No, I think it was some new, poppy song at that time.
I don't think he remembers the night. He probably woke up the next day with that on his side and going, oh, shit.
No, I remember. I didn't sleep at all last night. That fucking, the sheets were sticking to me. I was fucking like, oh, my God, what have I done? So. And then my dogs want to get next to me in bed, and I'm like, no, you cannot get near me. That's blood. Do not lick my side, please. So.
When we came out to practice at Asylum, Kenny let me and Sabrina stay at his house, and we visited the old hot tub one night.
We did. I remember. I forgot, man. Oh my gosh, that's again more memories. Paintball produces memories, and
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it would be as good if everybody enjoyed paintball, because that means that we'd have a lot of fucking more morons around us. But I don't know. It's good times. That how many times I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I was talking to Sabrina about it the other day. I was like, if it wasn't, I mean, she's the one that pretty much got me back into paintball, because when we got together. I showed her the movie Push, and she's like, man, you should get back into it. I'm like, But that's when that's when the mechanical movement started, and I'm like, oh, let's get the band to get together. And so I started calling everybody, and that's when Atlanta came about. So, but yeah, I was just telling her the other day, we were talking, I was like,
kid in his hot tub.
Out of all my friends, I think I have 1 or 2 golf friends. The rest of them are all paintball. I mean, that's John.
It sounds cliche, but your paintball friends, you've been through battle with them,
Oh yeah.
No, I mean it does. I mean, we do have I just how clear it is, when you hear all the chaos and the guns and the balls hitting the bunkers, but everything, we can sit there and just talk to each other still. I think it opened up communication that we have, that almost if we've been in somebody's firing. I don't even want to try to compare it. Somebody having an M16. I'm thankful for every veteran out there, but I mean, it does. There is a different.
I have PTSD from paintball. I wake up in cold sweats.
I mean, the tripods. I know a couple of you. I mean, all 3 of you have been in it, out of it, in it, out of it.
When I got out of it, I missed the people more than I missed playing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean,
And I came up to the field and Tom with struggle was like, hey, some of my guys dropped out. Do you want to play cup? I was like, yeah, well, hell, why not?
yeah.
Or no, it was 10-man at Chicago last year. Played 10-man Chicago with him, and then a couple weekends after that, he's like, hey, you want to play cup? Played cup, and it just, stayed with those guys.
I thought you guys played Asylum at 10-man.
No, we played. That was the year before.
No, he's thinking about you're thinking about NXL 10-man.
NXL 10-man. Okay, not the.
Yeah, we not the Chicago UWL or whatever it is.
Dude, we had such big plans for ICPL with Asylum, and then after Chicago put such a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
I've got an entry at the damn Iron City. The only year that you could get one, I've got an entry for it now, and. You know whose heart's going to break? I mean, I know there's several teams. Of course, I want to play with you guys or if we're going to play or whatever, but it's going to break Nick Lyon's heart. But I need to sell that spot before it gets any closer.
Dude, there's been so many people that have asked me if you would sell that spot. Do you think Kenny would sell that spot? I don't know. Call him.
Well, I'm not going to go up there. I'm not going to go up there with chumps. You know what I'm saying? No, and not that anybody. Nick's not at all. But he's a great player. But, I mean, I'm not going to go up there with people I've never played with. I mean, I would put our team in it, but it's unfair to take away from what you all been building and Manny's been building with Misfits and everything like that. I mean, I had fun in Chicago last year. I got hurt.
Yeah, you got hurt.
We played on that second Woodball field. We won the game. I think it was a pro team. It was
Desert Edge.
We beat Desert Edge. And I come back off the field, Kenny and Nick both down.
I
was running, and I just felt my hamstring or my calf muscle just feel like it was just tore or something. I was running in mud, and I was like Scooby-Doo run. Like I stayed in place, and I kept on trying to extend that foot, and it just pulled something.
Well, they had so much rain going into that event. I mean, I remember we beat both our pro teams up there. We beat Dark Side.
Fox 4 Dark Side. Yeah. We stalemated Fight Club, and we beat Desert Edge.
Yeah, that was a fun event. I mean,
I
didn't care about the hyperball field, but the Woodball fields were nice.
I remember the year before we played there, I had more fun there than we played the Zipper Field night shit. It was good.
Oh, the Fight Club event?
Oh, yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us don't like the woods. We're like Anthony.
You're like Anthony, you don't like the woods? I don't know. I mean, Badlands fields are legendary. There's some I've been playing those fields since, God.
It looks like they haven't worked on the fields in a decade.
I know. I'm hoping this year something happens. I think Tommy Cole's actually going in there and doing some work. So I heard him talking to Brennick at the last event. So hopefully, I think they need to.
That one Woodball field seemed like it was like 200 yards long.
Well, we like both the Woodball fields because we did good on both of those. But you're talking about the long skinny one.
God, it was huge.
Yeah, that's where we beat Cap on.
We played Aftershock on that second Woodsball field, and it was like running into a rainstorm of paint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Aftershock beat the shit out of us.
Beat the shit out of us.
Yeah. Well, you guys made the semifinals. I mean, I thought you guys were done and out, and all of a sudden you guys came back and made the semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we was minus 2 players though.
I know you were.
Yeah, we had to call Fish. Fish drove up that night.
Yeah, Fish came up that night. Oh, Fish. He's in Colorado on High Towers now working.
He worked with me there. I got him a job with me. He worked with me for a couple months.
Fish is playing with Struggle with me now too.
Is
so
he
he's
really?
back into it.
Oh, he's back? I thought he was in Colorado.
He comes to practice and he travels to the tournaments.
Shut up. Wow. That's awesome. That's good.
Dude, Fish is a beast. He's a fucking beast.
I know. When he showed up from Farside in Atlanta, we were like, what the hell? Then we tried to get him to come with smoke.
You can't believe the shit that we had to listen to on the way back from Atlanta when they won.
Really?
Oh, my
God. And we beat them. We beat them the last
If
game.
points we did. If points, we didn't hang the flag on them.
No.
We beat them points wise. We had more players alive.
Come on, man.
Can we eat
Stop at the
Chili's
liquor
for the
store.
champ? Can the champ have Chili's for dinner?
Yeah.
Man, I just won a tournament. It was that shit the whole way home.
Oh God.
And
All
then
right.
we stopped at Tilly's for him. He got drunk and passed out. We're like,
Well, guys, I'm beat. I got food. Give me here in a second. I loved tonight's chat. It was good. I want to do it
Anything you want
again.
to say before you leave? Any thank yous? Anything?
I thank God, number one, for introducing me to find that like just making me curious of what paintball was, and I'm thankful for the road that led me down to meet every one of you guys. I mean, it was a pleasure of my life, and it still is. So
Well,
that's about it.
if there's anybody that's as close to blood relation as you can get, it's you. It's like you're right fucking there.
I mean, he was always one I would call, asking, when I put my field and store up, he was one I would call and ask, for advice from. So
No, it's like anybody asks me for favors. It's like, well, I know somebody that does this. I know somebody that does that. It's all the same person.
yeah.
Shit. Well, I mean, y'all make me feel like my head needs to come down from the clouds a little bit. But I mean, I'm thankful for every car ride I spent hours away, and the agonizing ride back home, because you lose more games than you win at the end, or you lose more tournaments. You win games that keep you on that high, but the ride home is filled with agony and defeat a little bit, and you just makes you want to try harder and what you're going to do between now and the next event to become better. I'm thankful for the drive that paintball gave me. I mean, I guess we all have that drive in us to do everything every day, but it was, I'm thankful for, like I said, paintball and the roads it led me down to meet every one of you all. I mean,
we didn't even get in the Aruba stories.
No, we were in Aruba not too long ago.
Yeah. I got tickets. I got tickets to go. June 15th. I'm supposed to go there this year. So
I was gonna say, ever since we started going to Aruba, Kenny's been going back every year, haven't you?
He's got a timeshare there.
Yeah.
I went there before, and it was coincidence. I remember going to Aruba for one of the first times and just going through the market, and then I seen somebody with the Angel shirt on. Then I saw somebody with a JT shirt on. I didn't even know there was a freaking paintball tournament going on. I'm like, why are all these paint? And that's right when paintball was like, everything was paintball. I mean, every fucking thing was paintball.
Everything.
And I'm seeing all these paintball, and I was like, there's a paintball tournament here. And Linda at the time, she's, of course, there's a paintball tournament here. And it's like, so I remember going down there to the Hilton, watching the Six on the beach, and just being around it again. I mean, I didn't spend much time down there, but I had to go see it. And then, I mean, I played with the next tournament I went there was with Brassy with Smoke. We was like one tournament there then, and then
we did.
Then won it the next year or 2 years later with Brass Eagle. So it was. I mean, I don't know, like it just places the paintball's taking me. I always make jokes like you could almost find if I had to get transferred or if I was in the military. I guess we see it here, but if I all of a sudden had to go someplace, the one place I would go to find and meet this common people that around me, I would find a paintball store or field, and I would find my kind. You know what I'm saying? Like the wolf pack. You got to find your pack, and it would be at a paintball field.
Yeah.
Remember the 5-year plan, Kenny? Liquidate.
I know it. Liquidate. Hey, I'm gonna start. My last venture is gonna be Extreme Pirate Adventures, and we're gonna have sunset sails, and we're gonna have snorkeling during the day. And I think we can make this everybody's dream. We all chip in. And how much do you really need to live? I mean, we could probably create a pretty fucking good living for all of us anyway. Because I mean, this thing's gonna be off the hook. I'm telling you. I mean,
we'll just live on the boat.
It'd be shots during the day for the snorkeling.
Boat like Captain Ron.
Shot.
I think we could commandeer and become a pirate and then take some fucking bodies, somebody's catamaran or pirate ship. Something.
Speaking of boats, you're selling the pontoon.
I'm selling it because I'm wanting to
board a cargo ship with the Bennington.
No, we'll just ride the Bennington from Florida, or from. We'll put it in Miami and ride the Bennington all the way to fucking Aruba.
I'm sure the Coast Guard won't stop us.
No, but it's been. I mean, the road's not over yet, but it's been. I mean, all of us can tell similar stories. I mean, not just us. You take any paintball player that has any extensive career at all, or his time in paintball, or whether it's over or still going on, they're going to tell similar stories like every one of us, and that's what's special. So,
well, it transcends all age groups. You know, this is only.
Oh my God! Yeah. I mean, we spent more. Yeah, spend more time with people half our age.
You're older than we are. We're almost 40, and we fucking hang out with Chase. We talk to Chase and all them. Some of our friends are like 21. We're almost half their age.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
we're almost twice their age.
I know. I mean,
sure as hell don't act like it, but
we're starting to get some younger ones on smoke now. But yeah, I mean,
they keep us old ones young.
I mean, that's the only thing I see different in paintball too, though. It's the scary part. I don't see that young gun or that young kid that's being. I mean, every rental you would have, and Tony could speak about this, and all the tripods could speak about it, because we would see that church group come out, and 3 or 4 players out of that church group would be back the next weekend, and then the following weekend. We don't see that as much anymore, and that's unfortunate. I don't know if we failed and not introduced it properly, or it's just the generation itself is finding the next new thing. All of it. I don't play video games. You all play video games. I know the tripods do, but I think that's what's replaced paintball somewhat.
I do too. Well, I got a 13 and 12-year-old, and video games are life to them guys. I try to get them in paintball.
They've got enough energy for paintball, that's for sure.
They do.
Kids nowadays don't want to go outside. My niece and nephew's 19, and I don't think he went outside till he was 19.
Well, mine right now, they've been in the home confinement. Now they're doing their online studies. But the 13-year-old, I was like, yeah, he goes out and plays basketball now. But my 12-year-old, he's totally fine by staying in his room 24/7. He could care less about going outside.
We got the world at your fingertips now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's watching YouTube videos like crazy, and then he's got Minecraft. It's crazy, but I don't push him. If they want to do, if he eventually comes to me and says, "Hey, I want to play paintball," then boom, I'm all in for it. Or whatever he wants to do. If he wants to play soccer, he's a hell of a soccer player. Man, I had him in soccer, and the dude was scoring 5 and 6 goals a game, and I'm like, holy shit, where the hell does this come from? But it's just like,
got that leg and foot speed.
Yeah. I know. So yeah, you're right, Kenny. It's I think it's other things now than what when I had my store, it was paintball. Those kids were there. I mean, even my field was open on the weekends, but during the week, the store was open. Those kids would still be hanging out in the store. Yeah.
I don't play at all, but I'll go up to the field just to see guys like Florence. Just go up there to hang out with him.
Yeah.
I mean, now you don't have to hang out now though.
Look at Kenny when we came up there in practice. Kenny hadn't played for how long? And he freaking got all his shit, pulled a gun off the fucking. So I think you took Jonathan's old GOG. I think you traded him for.
Yeah, I used his GOG gun. I ended up buying his GOG gun after that.
Yeah. So that was a good time. And he still played like it was freaking. You never left the game.
Yeah, still car crashing into the snake.
Yeah.
No.
The hardest dives ever.
But I appreciate it.
I played behind him for years, and I'd always see him go down in a Dorito, and I'd always wondered if he was going to get back up.
Yep.
All right, man. I love every one of you guys, and I will. All right.
Talk to you soon.
Later, boys.
All right. Thanks.
Let's get the biker gang together, Kenny.
Yeah, biker gang.
Spreesty boys.
Yeah, we need to get cut, man. Wild hogs.
Sweet. All right. And then there was 3.
Yeah, his back's all messed up still from when he went Supermaning over somebody's car hood.
Who, Kenny?
Yeah,
He
somebody
totaled
pulled
it.
out of an
He
alley.
totaled it, like,
She went the wrong way
Oh,
out of
the
a one-way alley,
yeah,
and he
the
hit her right in the
motorcycle
side of her
accident.
fender and
Yeah.
flew like 20 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. He got a new bike, though, didn't he?
No,
No.
he
No,
rebuilt
I don't think he
He
ever
got
got a
it
new
fixed.
bike from that.
No, he rebuilt it.
Oh, he
He
did?
rebuilt the Thruxton. Yeah, he rebuilt
Oh,
the
because
Thruxton.
last time I talked to him, I thought he said it was totaled, but yeah.
It was
No,
total,
he-
but the guy took it completely apart. Because the insurance company just looks at it. You can't tell, but luckily the frame wasn't bent. So
Wow.
it was mainly just the front end. It was a triple tree, the gas tank,
Yeah, yeah.
wheel. So he got it. It's riding now.
And it was said earlier, Kenny doesn't have any biological children, but he's got dogs.
Oh gosh, those are his children.
Those are his children.
Those
And
dogs.
he
are
takes
bigger
those
than their
dogs.
best
He
friend.
has a sidecar in his motorcycle, and he takes those dogs for rides all the time. It's crazy.
Well, his brother has a bulldog that rides on his with him.
No, it's a boxer.
Oh, it is a boxer.
Yeah, it's a boxer.
It wears goggles and sits behind him.
Yeah.
Sits behind him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I've always seen the ones that sit in front of him, but never
Yeah,
seen ones that-
And he built a little box on the back of his Harley, and the dog sits in the little box.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
But you talk about kids who come up to your paintball field. We have a kid who played when he was a little kid, and his dad got him into playing paintball.
Yeah.
And he stopped playing paintball. Now he's the youth WBC world champion.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah. He's the youth WBC youth champion.
Wow.
Carlos Dixon. He's a mean little motherfucker.
Is that the kid you guys go see fight?
Yeah, we watch him go fight all the time.
Yeah.
We watched
We
him
just
beat
think-
the shit out of some dude from the Ukraine, some dude from Russia.
Yeah.
We used to stick him in trash cans when he was little.
Yeah, we used to
Really?
stick him in trash cans. His dad would be like, "Come out to the gym and spar with Lowe's." Like, dude, I'm not letting a kid kick my ass.
He would.
Yeah, he'd hit me like 3 or 4 times before I even knew it happened.
Damn. All right. Well, I'll get to Tim because I know Tim's answer to this one. But Trey, what's next on the agenda for you? Anything paintball?
I don't know. Only time can tell, man.
Yeah,
No.
Tony,
clue.
all you have to do is, hey, Tony, just ask him if he wants to play, and he'll play.
I know.
He needs that little nudge.
Yeah. Well, just like you, I heard you sold all your shit. You were done, and all of a sudden, boom! Now you're back in it again.
Yeah. I tripped and fell into that paintball hole. Like,
Yeah.
usually you kind of like dab your toe back into it to see if you really want
Yeah.
to. I fell head first into it.
And when I called Tim, I was like, "Tim, you want to come back and play?" And he's like, "Ah." And then I'll look
He's
at
like
him.
me.
He's like,
He's like me.
Yeah.
He doesned know, and then
So I know.
Hey,
what-
I'm glad I said yes, though.
I know, man. So if everybody doesn't know, Tim does play for Smoke. Well, they've all 3 played for Smoke, but now Tim's the only tripod that's on the roster of Smoke as we speak, as of right
Well,
now.
I mean, I could come back too because Struggle doesn't play the ICPLs, but we
Yeah.
are playing the ICC.
Yeah, I know you are. We played them last year. We played Struggle last year. Tim
wasn't
shot the
there
shit out of them last year.
I wasn't there last year, so
Yeah.
it'd be a
Tim
different story.
freaking was a
Hey, I
sneaky.
hear 2 different stories. Tim tells one story, and
No.
Warner tells me. And
I was
Warner
in the
tells me
dead box and
another.
I was watching it. No, I didn't play that game.
Warner admits to getting shot by him.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
no, but it went to Warner says it tells it a different way.
Oh, Tim was a sneaky little shit, man. He was freaking. He snuck up on him,
Yeah,
and
they didn't know where
he
I
was
was.
there. And
And I
freaking-
popped up and shot 3 of them real fast.
Yeah, he shot out the whole side on that woods ball field when they come up the hill. They were coming around the corner, and he shot them all. Yeah. Then where'd you go back?
Tom was like shooting at quail. I didn't know where he was, and all of a sudden he jumped up and ran away. It's like he got flushed.
Did you get the flag?
No, I got shot by a turkey hunter hiding in a bush.
Oh yeah. We ended up hanging. Did we hang on them?
No,
I think we got it. We just didn't get it time, but that was one
because
of our
Danny
many-
was right behind me, and
Yeah,
he was about to lose his voice yelling. He
yeah.
kept calling me Kenny because my jersey says Williams like Kenny's does.
Well, I think it's a little bit different struggle team this year than last year, though.
Yeah. They got a lot of the same guys. What, Todd and is Fish going to play with you all there?
No, Fish has got bad knees. He can't run around and play in the woods and fall in roots. He's only got He's got so much tread left on the tires, and they're almost bald. So
And he's young.
Yeah.
Do you play
that
X
sucks.
ball?
he plays X-ball with us. Yeah.
X ball is more. I think it's more strenuous on your body than the woods ball is.
Well, Fish goes 100% at it.
I
He'd be
know.
diving on a route, and
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
he's not the most graceful person.
He's got 2 speeds, slug and scared dog.
Well, all right. Anything else tonight there, boys? Anything?
Just have to make some more memories.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
Well, there's plenty of stories to tell. You just have to hit that trigger button that keys them up.
Yeah, that is true. How's the
It's
new
like
gun there, Todd?
Somebody will have say something to me, and all of a sudden it's like a light bulb go off my head, and it's like, I remember when we did this.
I know. Same here. How's the new gun, Todd?
Still shooting good.
Yeah,
The rest of the guys are all shooting CS2 Pros, and I'm shooting a 170R.
there ain't nothing wrong with it. I think it shoots just as good as CS2.
The trigger on the CS2 is a whole lot better.
It's electronic. How do you get better?
It's electronic. You're shooting like
I
this.
was gonna say, how do you get any better?
The trigger feels better on the CS2, but they shoot the same.
Yeah, the same. It's the same bolt.
Yeah.
It's the same. Oh well, that's all right. R170 shoot good, don't they, Tim?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
mine's still shooting slow because
You got the bang in it, right? You still got the bang in it. You haven't got the new valve, right?
Yeah, but I still can't. You can make it electric, and I still couldn't shoot it fast.
So when you get these deadly winds valves, you need to hold on to one for me.
I just got an order today.
Well, hold on.
I don't
Hold
even
on
have
to
that
one.
yet, Todd.
I know Tim doesn't even have one yet.
We'll ship 2 of them to Kentucky.
All you gotta do is go on brimstonesmoke.com. That's how you get one.
He's not about that.
That's
He
how you
wants to
get
show
one.
his Store, fucking lazy ass.
Hey, store's doing good. All
Yeah,
right.
The group chat. I think I've become
The group chat's going nuts right now. I see my phone going.
on what I've learned from that group chat.
Yeah, it's going nuts right now. I keep seeing my phone flash on and off for every message that's coming through.
I put it on silent because
I
it
know,
just goes
man.
off.
Sometimes it's I don't know. That's the group chat.
Well, that and I come up from underground and I have like 150 missed texts, and I was like, well, I'm not reading that.
Yeah. Everybody doesn't know. All 3 of you guys used to work at the quarry, right?
All 3 of us we still work in the underground mining game in some way or another.
Well, I thought, who was it? The one that's not working underground anymore, though.
I don't
back in, bro.
Huh? You went back in?
Yeah. It drags you back in. It's like paintball. I quit for about 2 years, and then it drug me right back in.
How many years now?
18.
18.
Wow. Would you start working there out of high school?
Yeah, it was a little, about 2 years after high school. We graduated in 99, so.
Wow. 99.
Dad told me he would never get me a job there because I'd be there forever.
Yeah.
Later, there.
Well, man.
It's cool to tell your friends what you do, but then it really just sucks.
Yeah. I dig
It's like,
rock.
what do you do for a living? Oh, I blow shit up. That's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
was
You
you
are.
tell people
you,
that. Yeah. Other than that, it just sucks.
Yeah, Tim's got it. Tim has his state of Kentucky blasting license.
Nice. Nice. All right. So who's the oldest?
I am
You are. Who's the youngest? Gotta be Trey.
Trey, the baby of the family. He used to get so mad. We used to call him the baby, and he'd get so bent out of shape. We used to call each other ugly. Laugh about that.
Well, man, I know we've been friends for a long time. We've been teammates for a couple different teams. It's been awesome. We're still not done yet.
Nope.
Nope.
We're gonna get that ring. I'm gonna get that ring.
Tim and I, we've got some unfinished business.
We stopped. I tell you the truth. We stopped playing at Chicago after that Chicago event, and Tim went and played with you all.
Yeah.
And I was watching y'all on the podcast, and y'all were playing for first and second. I was like, God damn it, I don't want to fucking play because I want to come.
Well, Tim thanked me over and over for calling him. So
Yeah, he broke out the
I was
defibrillators on my
wonderful.
paintball career.
yeah,
Shocked it back to life.
yeah.
I was wanting to play, but I was afraid the Florida event, but I was afraid that it was going to end up like that Chicago event where it's kind of half-assed.
Oh, no, the woods was thick as shit, but man, it was fun to crawl around in.
It was, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Tom really did a great job because I know you guys never seen that field before, but I mean, those fields were non-existent because the only thing that's played at Central Florida Paintball is airball. I mean, they have some rec ball, come play their little forts and stuff.
I liked how they played everything. You played a bunch of games, not in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought the woods ball field was the most fun. That's the one.
Well, I love the woods ball field. They got a little ravine in there, and against I forgot who it was against, but with that last tournament, I crawled all the way down that ravine and got behind the team and started shooting them. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I got Jimmy shot me.
Jimmy shot me.
And then Jimmy shot me in the back. He goes, "Man, I'm so sorry." I was like, "Well, I shot Tristan at a tournament way back when, so I deserved it."
Jimmy shot me with like 10 seconds left in the game. He's like, "Get him out of there! Get him out of there!" I'm like, "Get my own guy." Oh my god. But yeah, we definitely got some unfinished business left. So hopefully Chicago, we got to get by.
Yeah, it's different playing on a team where I don't have to keep it together.
Yeah.
That
was hard.
That's one of the main things I like about playing with Smoke is I don't have to try to keep the team together.
No. And then, I mean, that's
your problem, Tony.
Well, it was.
Well, it's not really a problem because there's so many people that want to play. It's just like,
oh my god, and
it's like beating them back with a stick.
It is.
It was when we first started playing. I think we were playing D2 X ball, or so we were playing 7-man at the time. And there was this guy named Bobby Higgs who had a team for his son. And he was like, "Damn, Kenny, it's hard for me to keep my team together. Well, how the hell did you find these guys? How'd you find these kids?" And he goes, "Well, they weren't kids when I found them."
Yeah. I mean,
R.I.P. B. Higgs.
It's if it wasn't Smoke, I probably wouldn't do it. But since it's Smoke, these guys that I've been playing with for 20 some years now, it's for the love of them. That's why I do it. I love it when we win. But I also love it when we're hanging out at the house at night. You guys, we've always hang out at houses and stuff, at tournaments and stuff. So, but
your kids kept me entertained watching them
wrestle.
wrestle.
My kids, Jesus.
Everybody else was like, "Man, they're being so loud." I was like, "God, let them be kids."
The first time I ever met them in Atlanta, they'd run up and kick me in the back of the legs like, "Who the fuck's kids are these?"
Yeah.
We caught frogs and put them down their shirts and shit.
They're a little wild child. They're starting. The 13-year-old, he's starting to grow out now. He's starting to get the puberty's coming in and girls are coming in now, so he's kind of settled down. But the 12-year-old.
And congratulations on Nick getting engaged too.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah,
you got a good one.
Best thing ever. Took me 50 years to find her, but I found her. She's awesome. I mean, she's really the one that pushed me to get back into paintball. And,
yeah, she has that. That's the trait that she has that not many paintball wives do, and that she likes paintball.
I know. I was going to say that when Kenny was on here. I mean, I've went through 2 divorces. A lot of it due to paintball. He's been through one. Yeah.
His ex-wife hated it.
Yeah, his wife hated paintball, I think.
Yeah. I know.
That's the vibe I got from her.
I mean, my second wife, her and I owned a paintball store together, and we worked together. And I don't know. I could tell you some stories, but I'm not going to. But
we'll save those stories for a night at the house.
Yeah, I mean, it was. But literally, she's a blessing in disguise, man. I've known her for a long time, but we just got together 3 or 4 years ago, whatever it was. But yeah, I mean, that was her first event, Atlanta, and I kept telling her, and going into that event, how much of the guys are, we're not just a paintball team, we're family. Even you guys have been family for years, even though you weren't on Smoke. We've known you guys.
I'm telling you, I ain't kidding. It's like Kenny is like a brother.
Oh yeah,
he is fucking right there.
Oh, and like I was true when I had my business here, I would always call Kenny and asking him for advice. How to do.
He's
this
like King Midas.
Yeah.
And it's just not Kenny; it's other people like Spilner. Spilner is another one. I mean, he is like blood almost. And then Florence, I mentioned his name. Florence, I think of him like a brother.
And a lot of those guys, when we first met them, hated him.
Really?
Hated him.
Yeah.
and he just grow on you.
I mean,
Jonathan's like cancer that doesn't kill you.
I think Jonathan and
I remember going to a paintball, the Third Eye Paintball Fishes Field, and almost fighting Spillner.
Really?
And then turning around a couple months later, him playing on the team and him just being one of the boys, one of the fans.
Jonathan and I will talk to each other almost every day. If it's not texting, he's calling me on his way home from work, or I call him.
When is he coming back? I was so excited because Anthony told me that he was going to play Florida, and then he was all active in the group chat.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he went silent, and I was like, he's not going to go.
Jonathan's too busy praying at his Bill Dance altar.
Well, he swears up and down he's playing in at ICC.
I believe it when I see it.
I just want to run my hand through his beard. That's all.
Well, did you see the little tip him and Anthony got into it the other day on the chat?
No.
So Anthony,
it must have been one of those big groups that I didn't see.
So Anthony's always borrowed stuff from everybody, you know that, and he took all of Johnson's stuff. So now Anthony's got some money, so he bought a EMEC and a 170, and one of those he was going to give to Johnson for everything Johnson's gave to him. Well, now he's not giving it to him because this is an incentive for Jonathan to come play. He goes, I'm not going to give that to you. Why should I send you a gun and you don't come play? And they were going back and forth. So it was funny just listening.
That camouflage virtue mask that Anthony has is fucking mine.
It is?
Yeah.
He borrowed it. Trey bought the 2 for 2 at Atlanta.
Yeah.
And Anthony borrowed one and never gave it back.
He was supposed to give me a pair of those green smoking pants, and he never did.
He don't even wear that mask. He wears the black virtue mask, or no, the bunker.
In Jonathan's defense, he does have an infant at home, you know?
Yeah, he does.
You got to cut him a little slack on that.
I don't know if we cut Anthony any slack at all. But no,
because Anthony doesn't cut anybody else slack.
You're right. It was just funny listening to him and John. You know how Jonathan, them two get into it, and it was just funny. They were just going back. You could hear
them through text. You could hear the voices through text.
Oh yeah, easily. Calling each other. It was funny when on the podcast the other day when Jonathan came on, because he came on a little bit later in the podcast. Anthony goes, "This guy right here will suck a dick."
Yeah, he's pointing right at his brother.
Yeah, he's just pointing right at his cock. It's like, oh my god.
He was texting me when Jonathan first backed out.
Yeah.
He goes, "Man, your brothers are so much cooler than mine. My brother sucks. He won't play."
Neither would we.
I mean, I understand, Jonathan. They just bought a house. They just had a baby.
Yeah. I totally get it. But you still got to poke him a little bit just to get him.
Yeah, I know. But he does add, with him on the team, when he's on the field, it adds just a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that's probably what we've been missing, hopefully. Now you were talking about I had all this, but now everything's off my shoulders pretty much except for the online store that I run. And then, doing all the orders and the Airbnbs and all that crap. But now we have a coach. So
I haven't met that guy yet.
Yeah, he's going.
Who's the coach?
His name is Paul DeZern. He played for OBR, played for Fusion. Very good guy. I mean, I called Danny. I was like, Danny, it's just.
When are you gonna have practices?
We try. I was trying to schedule a practice before all this shit happened, and we were going to go to Urban Assault where ICC's at and practice, but there was just so many tournaments going on around that area. Local fields having tournaments. So I don't know what we're going to do now. We're going to still try to have a practice before ICC. I just don't know where. If Asylum would ever build a hyperball field.
He's got the hyperball pipe for it.
I know he does. He's had it for 2 years.
He's got a mountain of it.
I've been talking to Florence, when are you going to start building that? We're working on it right now, man.
Yeah.
Well, when you're building trampoline parks and now he owns a shopping center.
He owns a whole freaking shopping center, right?
Yeah, he's burning the candle at both ends.
I know it is, man. I don't know
but that's how he's been ever since we met him.
I know, always. So a little bit's lifted off my shoulders now. I'm pretty much just running the online store and and still doing the logistics of the team. But Paul's all I have to do now is just show up to the field and play, which is going to be nice.
That makes it so much better.
That last tournament about did me in, man.
It's like all I got to do is send my money, show up, play.
Yeah, I know. So that's exactly what I get to do. I went to World Cup last year and guested on a team, and I had so much fun because all I had to do was show up, get on the field, and play, and it was so much better. So, yeah, hopefully
we held our team together with duct tape and fucking staples for a long time. It was we tried to hold together, but eventually it just fell apart.
And then I got you, all three of you guys, and all of a sudden you got a taste of it. And all of a sudden, we're going to get Asylum back together again. And then you all three left.
It sounded so good at the time. You would have everybody dedicated to it, and then it would be like a week till, and then everybody would bail. And I was like, fuck this. I ain't even doing it no more.
Welcome to my world. Yeah, I'll have 16 guys going into a tournament, and I'll end up, I got to search for a lone, 1 or 2 people because everybody backed out.
Well, that's how you got Danny.
That's how we got Danny. Yeah. Now look,
there was one guy I was stoked to play with because, he was one of the first paintball superstars that I ever heard of because he did Trauma Head.
Yeah, dude, he was the voice of paintball before Matty Marshall.
Yeah, we quoted him so much. We still did was it twisted Kenny with the twisted insert? His voice just echoes through my head.
Danny,
and then what was it? Simpkins.
Shop with the push, and Simpkins gets skulled.
That's what it is.
Now he was talking about on the last podcast about how he was when they first Trauma Head came out, he couldn't say some of that stuff online, like it would offend people and stuff like that. But then eventually he got to the point. But when Danny's he's one of those guys where he's only.
When we played ICC and Anthony said Danny Manning was playing with you, I said, dude, I want so bad for him to say, welcome to Paintball Pimpology.
Dude, yeah. Balling and crawling.
I mean, when I called up Tim, we were one person short, and I called up Tim. I was like, Tim, do you know? I mean, I tried everybody. I mean, everybody I knew, and nobody could come play. So I'm like, Tim, I was like, we need one guy. Do you know anybody? He goes, yeah, Danny Manning played for the All A's. They just won a tournament, but, he's not playing with them. I'm like, okay. So I called Jonathan. I was like, hey, what do you think about Danny Manning? Well, fuck yeah. But, yeah, I mean, but he, he's been with the team, year and a half, 2 years. But it seems like he's been with the team for 20 years.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, dude, he fits in perfectly.
Oh, he's awesome, dude. I mean, he's awesome. I mean, the very first tournament, ICC, and he headbutts Tom Cole and gets kicked out of the tournament. I'm like, welcome to smoke, buddy.
Danny is definitely a ride or die.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've had to held him off at a practice up here. He literally made this. I literally thought this guy was going to piss his pants because freaking Danny was, oh, shit, man. And I've had to hold him off last year against Fight Club. That little, at the end of the game, it was just me and him at the end of the game, and I don't know, something happened where I had to freaking hold him off from the ref.
Oh, I remember that. Somebody shot him.
I didn't want him to get kicked out of the very first freaking game, Yeah,
he flipped out, and I was like, well, Anthony's not doing it. I guess this is good enough.
Yeah. But, yeah, he's one of the family, man. We love to have, we're glad to have him, and he's going – I hopefully never see him going anywhere else but smoke.
Yeah, we have so many of his videos. Yeah. So many of them.
Yeah, I was definitely a student of the paintball pimpology, where I majored in balling and crawling and minored in straight pimping.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Love him to death. And we talk a lot, behind the scenes. And we have the same beliefs. And, he was the first one I called and I said, Danny, do you know anybody can coach? I was like, I can't do everything anymore. It's just too much. And he goes, yeah, Paul Desert. I mean, it was just boom. It was instant. He goes, I'll call him, see if he's interested. And he called me back and said, yeah, he really wants to do it.
So that guy seems like he really loves paintball. So
yeah, I mean, he's in it to win it, man. He's all about it. And
I saw him on that smoke show, and that's all I know of him. And that was that was enough.
Seems intense. So. Yeah, that's why we're trying to get practice. I just don't want him
angrily growling at me.
So, I think it's going to work out. I mean, it takes a lot of pressure off of me. It takes a lot of pressure off of Anthony. And, You know, Anthony doesn't like telling him to sit anybody. I don't like to sit anybody, but
Yeah, Anthony, the biggest dickhead there is, and he's just like, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
I know. I tried so many times. Like ICC last year, I'm like, all right, Anthony, I'm leaving this up to you. You're the ones who going, sit people. No.
You know, those two played with us at Chicago 7-man one year.
Yeah.
And we got all jerseys with names on them. First time we ever had names on our jerseys. And we got nicknames. If you want a nickname, you get a nickname on it. We asked Jonathan what he wanted. I want Dirtbag on my jersey. What about Anthony? Oh, I want Dirtbag on my jersey. So we're both the Dirtbag brothers.
That was probably Johnson's last tournament too, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Yeah.
We got third.
Yeah. Damn.
That was Spilner's first tournament with us, and Anthony played that whole season with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We
That was a
played
fun season.
the Stoned Assassins at Huntington Beach that year, and Anthony and C Nasty were talking up. He was like, "Yeah, dude, they're really good. These guys are really good." And we played the Stoned Assassins. They beat us, and B Real's like, "Dude, tell your boys to go back to Iowa or wherever."
No way.
Yeah, it was bad.
God.
But then we played them again the next year and beat their ass.
Probably our last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was their last year.
Yeah.
Because it was the U.S. It was the UWL or whatever
USPL.
Yeah.
It wasn't even Super 7 anymore.
Well, that year we were banned. Me and Trey were banned for that whole season.
Were you really?
Yeah.
We got banned because of the CFO.
You got banned from the PSP.
Anything with APPA, we were banned from.
Why?
It's a long story.
We played a CFOA with a team from our field called the All Out Boys, and me and Kenny and Tim played, and they wouldn't. We kept putting our name in to get an ID card because it was like the first event of the season, but they wouldn't get back with us when we were information. So me and Tim said, "Fuck it." So we used our middle names instead of our first names, and that's what our ID card. We weren't lying about what rank we were or anything like that. Well, we did really well. We got like second or something like that. And the team that we beat to get into the final round, knew who we were and apparently ratted us out and said we were playing with an illegal roster.
Oh my God.
So we got banned for that.
Man, we got this big long email about how we were deceived the league and how we were deceived. It was bad, but that was for the best though, because if we played that season, I would have quit a long time ago. I was getting burned out anyway.
But I didn't play the tournament, so I didn't get suspended. Tim and Trey played all the tournaments as me.
Yeah, we would play regional events as Todd. We would take turns. We played with a team called Kings of Chaos.
Yeah.
And we would play an event and we would use Todd's ID card.
Rack up the points for Todd.
How long was it, Todd? Me and you had the exact same picture on our card.
To this day, I still have your picture on my PSP ID.
No way. Pat O'Toole just texted the chat room the other day, and they said that APPA he had he had such a low number. The original,
Anthony's is like 3 or something.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. I think Pat had something really low too, and they took it away from him for some reason. I don't know. So
that sucks. Because I thought mine was low because mine's 4 numbers. And
Warner's
Anthony's was like 6.
Really
Jonathan's was like 12. I was like, you got me beat. Kenny's is like 36.
Well, Anthony had a picture of some freaking Spanish kid on his for years, and he finally changed it last year in Chicago. It wasn't even him. He finally had to change it last year because I think they said something to him.
That figures.
Yeah. So.
Well, I do this stupid face, and that's on my ID. And every time I try to get into the pits, they make me do that stupid face to make sure it matches. Like, you got to do the face. Fuck.
Last year at World Cup? I think I grew my hair out so long, and so I just moosed it up or gelled it up, and it's standing straight up, and that's what I have in my picture now. I think I'm about changing it though. It's getting old. ICPL, you don't have to pay for that shit, but I go play World Cup one event a year, and I got to pay $50. Yeah.
That's one thing that keeps me from playing Cup because I'm like, okay, I got to get down there. I got to pay my share of paying. I got to go to a hotel. And $60 for an ID is like, no.
I know.
Yeah, they're like, come play the MSXL. I was like, I don't want to play one event and have to pay $50 for a fucking ID card.
Yeah. Some of the guys are talking about come playing the 5-man mech.
Yeah. I had friends from Indiana, the Hoheimers and all those guys were asked me a long time ago to play with them. And I said, sure. And then Anthony and Jonathan and Kenny were going to put a team in. They're like, you need to ditch those guys and play with us. And I was like, what, are you scared I'm going to play against you?
All right, boys. It's getting late.
Yeah, 10:30.
Thanks for coming on.
Still got to get on.
It's fun.
Play some COD.
I haven't seen Trey in so long, man.
I'm like a Sasquatch. I'm like a Sasquatch riding a unicorn.
Yeah. I mean, I see Todd and Tim a lot, and I saw Todd last year at a World Cup wearing the old Smoke jersey.
I still rock 10-man. I wore it when I played 10-man.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys coming on, spending some time away from your fams.
We're all single. So.
You're looking at my fam. They're all here.
No, I got my girlfriend. I've been dating her for going on 6 years.
Yeah.
She's sitting right next to you, Trey, like she's telling you, she's cueing you.
Don't turn to me.
She was helping him set up the camera and everything earlier.
You better mention me, Trey. You better mention me.
When Kenny mentioned the mask, she was like, "Just tell Kenny I want one. Tell Kenny." Yeah, don't worry, I'll get you one.
I have nothing else to do. That's why I'm sitting here.
Tell her to shut up. Nobody was talking to her.
All right, guys. Hopefully we'll see each other soon. For sure, Tim. Soon.
Yeah, I can't wait. I want to play so bad. I'm going to take my guns to work and challenge people to one-on-ones.
God, I'm getting itch. Especially now I got my guns from Anthony. I got to get out and shoot them. So secret stuff, can't tell about them. Anthony, don't tell anybody about nothing, just the team members. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And he's got a video of it.
Yeah. But it's only team members. So, all right. Cool. Todd, hopefully we'll see you in July 31st, August 1st, and 2nd.
I'll be there.
Trey, you should just come.
No, maybe.
He's just playing fucking coy, Tony.
I know he is. I heard all the tripods quit paintball. They're playing again. Now look at them. 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
We need 3 out of 3. I'm 53. You guys are 40.
Not 40 yet. 39.
Oh, sorry, 39. You still got plenty of years to play.
I don't know. My ankles are really.
Don't even talk to me about knees. I got knee surgery on one.
All the years I've played, I've never wore knee pads.
Really?
Never wore knee pads.
Neither have I. And
I've got bad ankles. They hurt all the time.
It's funny.
I never wore knee pads, and I fucked my knee up in the practice before Vegas, so now I do wear knee pads.
Oh, it's funny. The knee I had surgery on. I only just wear a knee pad, but the knee I don't have a surgery on, I wear a freaking knee brace on because it hurts worse.
It's like if I play with no knee pads now, I run around like stone cold. I'm scared to dive. I'm scared to do anything.
Oh, I dive. I think I played more front the last tournament than I did in the back.
So you passed me that one game on the hyperball field.
Yeah,
I was like,
that was fun.
Tony went past me. I guess we're gonna win this.
That was semifinals, right?
I don't know, but there were 2 guys behind a bunker, and you shot the first one, and you started walking away, and then I heard a gun.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, there's still somebody
I thought the
there.
game was over. I thought it was the last guy.
I get to bunker somebody too.
Yeah, all of a sudden I hear a freaking gun start shooting. Like, what the hell?
I'm a not Scotty.
Oh, yeah, that's a funny. I always tell that story. We played that one team from Mexico in the woods.
Oh, Armada.
I ran the flag all the way back.
Yeah.
And as soon as I had the flag, somebody shoots me from the woods.
Yeah.
And I go, fucking Scotty, what are you shooting me for? And this little Mexican guy walks out and he goes, my name no is Scotty.
I say that a lot. Scotty.
All right, guys. I appreciate you coming on, man.
I'll have to do it again.
Yeah.
If you ever
make
get
sure-
Anthony call to do it again, give me a shout out.
I will
Yes,
definitely.
yes,
for sure.
Definitely like to be a
Oh,
part
you
of
know
that.
he loved it. Oh, if I told him tonight you guys were on here, he probably would have come on too. I tried to get Jonathan on.
Anthony's coming in. He's coming in.
Yeah, I tried to get Jonathan on. I figured he would
His
have come in.
internet. He's out of.
If he came on right now, I'd stay on for another 2 hours.
That's what happened the other night, man. It just kept going. And 3.5 hours later, we're like, God, dang.
It would just open up a can of worms. Is what
Yeah,
it
you're right. It was so. We took over the show the other night. Brad actually left. He goes, "I'm gonna just let you guys talk. I'll be back." And he was the host, and he left and let
Yeah,
us
you all were
sit.
talking so much that Crouppen was quiet. And that
I
was
know.
crazy.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, "Damn, Croup." When he was on my podcast, I couldn't get him to shut the hell up, and all of a sudden he was just silent. I
He
think
blew his load on the smokehouse.
Yeah. Either that, or he was celebrating 420 all day. I think. That's
Oh yeah. I forgot it was 420. Oh yeah, and you're not the only. You and Anthony aren't the only straight-laced ones on the team too.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm also only high on life.
Yeah. Shoot, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Hey, I don't do it because I got to take too many drug tests at work. Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
same
If
with me.
I didn't have to take drug tests at work, I'd be doing it all the time. Too.
Oh, I know. I mean, I work for a government, so I can't do it.
Yeah,
Or I
I get
probably
frequent
would.
visits from the ATF, so
Yeah.
Can't be doing that.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. All right, boys. Appreciate it. Thanks for everything. Go and subscribe to my friggin', if you haven't, YouTube channel. All right.
I just got back on Facebook. So
I know you did. About time.
Not this guy.
I heard you missed practice last week because you weren't on Facebook.
I deleted it and it deleted Facebook Messenger with it. It's what it is.
All right, guys. I appreciate it so much. I'll be talking to you soon.
All right, man.
All right.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys. Smoke another.
Love you,
later on,
buddies.
homie.
All right. Love you guys too. Later.